Hello, hello. How are we tonight? Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everyone. Welcome in. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Special Labor Day pop-up live tonight. Hopefully my mic sounds better than it did the other day. Just FYI, if I'm ever live and I have like horrible buzzing behind me, let me know. Because I replayed that. I was like, oh my God. You have, Mrs. Fletcher? I know, I'm taking the day off. I couldn't. Good. I'm glad it sounds okay. Love the pop-up tonight. Thanks for joining. The only thing that I ask of you is to hit the like button. You're here for the buzzing? Well, I mean, I don't mind if you're buzzed. I did rest a little bit, Kat. I have a hard time sitting still. I'm not a sit still kind of person. Like, you thought it was on your end. Was that last night? I did, Juliar. I did. Thank you, number 74, Laura. Good to see you, Rhonda. Number 60. I love when you guys do that. Lady Tiger, I'm glad. You did gardening, so did I. I know, Mrs. Smith. I can't. You worked a 10-hour holiday pay shift. Good for you, Andy. He works hard for the money. Pecan Pie was first. Hi, Miss Pecan Pie. Miss Fletcher. I think that's why we all get along. Kels, you were buzzed. Just admit it. She says, I was on a phone at a neighbor's house. I did not even notice the sound. She was buzzed. It's okay. It's okay. You can be buzzed. It's a holiday weekend. Wait, where's my,
You buzzed?
I've never, you know what? I've never had pecan pie. Or pecan pie or pecan pie. However the freak you say it.
Creep town, dude.
But not true. I'm buzzed, but not true crime buzzed. Thank you for subscribing, Lucinda. The heat is on. Yeah, I've never had pecan pie. Celts, were you? Sid. You're smoking strawberry bubbles. Live resin. Nice. Sounds good, candy wrappers. You're everyone's favorite pie. Always have been. Always will be. I've never had it. Laura said, game over. I had 2 gummies. It seems like it would be super sweet. Leon. Hey, Jay, on my way to work. Love your lives from Australia. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day at work. Haven't been buzzed in 35 years, says Helen. Mrs. Smith, yeah, it was a little concerning. Aquarium babies buzzed. Nice. I'll take grape pie. Grape? All right, I have never heard of grape pie. Smoking Universe is crumbling flower here. Just an Okie. Good to see ya. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Oh my gosh, Alexa, I thought that said peach cooter. A free Labor Day joint. Bad apple pie is what we're going to talk about tonight. It's basically grape jelly as the filling. Ugh. I don't like grape jelly. Krugs. What's up, Krugsies? Good to see you. Night Star, good to see ya. Rhubarb pie. Strawberry rhubarb. Canvas and Crime, welcome in. Good to see you. True Crime and Other Stuff, good to see you. Miller High Life, High on Life. I know, I thought it said peach cooter. I was like, oh, peach cobbler. Claire Gibson. Charms has to work tomorrow. Oh, well, I'll keep it short. We're not going to be on here till 3 a.m. today. So replay won't be hard tomorrow. I can't get behind grape pie, but I'd probably try a bite. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you again. Jenny's a good one for the night streams. We get Miss Jenny in here. What about PB&J? Jay, what do you use? Raspberry preserves? No, raspberry jam. No. Whatever has the little seeds in it. I'm weird. Raspberry, 100%. I'll use strawberry, but raspberry. Member berries? Cooter berries? Yes, I've had peach cobbler. I love peach cobbler. How about apple crisp? Raspberry is one of my favorite berries. Raspberry, it is a whole new Neverland. Raspberries are where it's at. Jeff wants to know if I'm wearing my hook fishing shirt. That's a man everyone wants, said no one ever. I know. He is a joke. I'm trying to call out the fuckery and the madness without being a bitch, but sometimes it's really hard. Happy Labor Day to you too, Donna. Hey, just a YouTuber. Blueberry cheesecake. How about the Cheesecake Factory cheesecake? Raspberry's your fave. Raspberry and blackberry grow wild in your back timber. We used to have blackberries bushes in my parents' backyard. Don B is, I know, he's like a tick. Did you know that Don B, like Candace filed a restraining order against him? Like, how shitty do you have to be to get Candace Wells to actually get off her ass and file a court restraining order on you? You got to be a pretty big asshole. I love doing impressions, and I don't do it to be an asshole. I think it's funny. I mean, I just hear people a certain way, and I like doing impressions. When I tell stories, I always do voices.
Creep Town, dude.
Welcome, hair curlers in crime. Hair curlers in crime. Yeah, like a big ass tick that's like stuck. Trisha, what's up? Like, if you had Candace Wells file a restraining order on you, would you still be around? People have no shame. Did he really delete it all? Oh my God. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, just no shame. You've done impressions all your life, Captain. You're going to have to call in sometime. How cool is that? I don't do a good Australian accent. But I have to be like in the mode. Like, I can't just... Kels. I just sit there looking stoned. I don't have to say anything, Kels. Oh, man. All right. So tonight I'm bringing you in here to talk about the dirty of YouTube. And yes, that means, you know, birds of a feather, they flock together. Yeah, a tick that's about to explode. Exactly. Like, I've been wanting to go over these court records. Hey, Dog the Betty Hunter. Good to see you. So, about the reward. So, just to clarify, like, the FBI reward is 50 grand. Up to 50 grand. And then Nick the Hat, who is a creator, boots on the ground, like, journalist. He covered Cavalcante. He's covered other cases. He ponied up $25K in addition. And then Dog the Bounty Hunter shared Nick the Hat's tweet.
Creep Town, dude.
Hey, Dan Ban. Well, thank you for subscribing. So that's the deal of that. Oh, can you believe that Bullhorn Betty said that Stephan Stearns was very, very good looking? No, the FBI did not raise it, Patricia. The FBI's is the same. Nick the Hat ponied up $25K. It's all on X. You can go read it, but it's not raised. Nick the Hat ponied up $25K, which equals 75. Oh, she's so, oh, it's disgusting. Did y'all see that or no? Is Nick the Hat the bounty hunter's son? No. Nope. Greg Zecca is his stepson. Nick is just independent. Him and JLR have worked together for the same media company. No relation to Dog. Dog just retweeted it. Yes, it's totally a separate reward. Like the FBI is not going to go, oh, hey, Nick the Hat, we'll add your 25K to our 50K. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for listening, Melanator. Hey, Miss Robin. Oh, I've been making clips and listening so that we can go over all of the odd statements. Hey, agent. No, he's not related to Dog at all. Not at all. He offered it up himself. So the FBI's is 50, and then Nick said he'll add 25K to that. Pecan pie, you think it's a clout grab for the money, allegedly? Oh, you guys did not hear her say that. It's so gross. Okay, hold on. I made a little video on it today. I mean, this is just, I don't know how anyone can take her seriously after hearing this. Listen.
Seth, it's nice to see you, my love. I hope you're doing very well. Good morning.
Seth is in there.
Will you be looking into Jen Soto, why she hasn't been arrested? Well, I know why she hasn't been arrested, okay?
Oh, she knows everything.
And I said this at the very beginning, that I was kind of iffy whether she was going to be arrested or not, because I truly believe that Stephan preyed upon her. You know, she's not the best looking woman in the, not that she's ugly or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But he was a very, very good looking guy. You know?
Oh my God. Like, I almost threw up in my mouth.
You kind of expected a guy like him to have arm candy. And not that anything's wrong. I saw some of the younger, she's got a beautiful smile, you know, and what have you.
Who is she?
Sad.
Who is she to talk about anybody's looks, number one? I mean, are you kidding? But to say that Stephan Stearns is a very, very good looking guy, and you would think he would have arm candy? Oh my God. I mean, he is the most deplorable, Ben Franklin. Oh my God, Captain. She does. She does. The top of her head looks like Ben Franklin. Yeah. Oh, you would think that he would have arm candy. Hi, Life's a Beach. Hey, Wonder Woman. Hey, Sushi. He's the most despicable human being I've ever heard of. I mean, what the hell? Do you think she's really that distorted, Cheesy? That she thinks she looks in the mirror and... I mean, because honestly, I mean, if I were to compare her to Jen Soto, like, I mean, if you had her and Jen Soto next to each other, we're going to do a poll. Who would you pick? Jen Soto, 1. Betty, 2. If you had to pick one, like, as someone that you would date. Jen Soto, 1. Betty, 2. Hey, Betty, you see all these ones? Robin put a 0. -1. I think that's fucking hilarious. Betty, do you see this? Not one person chose you. Not one. The proof is in the pudding, if you will. I mean, this guy is so gross. So are we to think exactly, Mrs. Fletcher? Are we to think that she wouldn't be attracted to Seth? Just Robin said I'd just go straight. Can I slide down on a slide of razor blades? Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. Deplorable. Listen again.
Why she hasn't been arrested? Well, I know why she hasn't been arrested, okay? I truly believe, and I said this at the very beginning, that I was kind of iffy whether she was going to be arrested or not, because I truly believe that.
Do you see how she flings her hair? She really does think that blonde hair, when she looks at it, it's pretty to her. It's pretty to her. Look at how she flings it.
Was going to be arrested or not, because I truly believe that Stephan preyed upon her. You know, she's not the best looking woman in the, not that she's ugly or anything.
He preyed upon her daughter, you evil bitch. You no wonder she has no sympathy for Katie. No wonder she's attacking Katie. Because at one point in her life, Katie was Madeline Soto, in my opinion, allegedly.
Anything like that. I'm not saying that. But he was a very, very good-looking guy. You know?
Oh, my God.
You know, you kind of expected a guy like him to have arm candy. And not that anything's wrong. I saw some of the younger. She's got a beautiful smile, you know, and what have you.
Unbelievable, huh? Which brings me to what I wanted to show you guys, how dangerous this woman is. You know, for anyone who out there who still thinks it's, you know, ridiculous that there's, you know, restraining orders and such. No, she said that he should have arm candy. Forgotten Whispers, right. Hey, Gypsy. Melissa with one S. I know, it's gross. I mean, he is just the nastiest of the nasty. Thousands of child pee material on his phone. Some children as young as 5. And she knows this. She knows this, that this man had children as young as 5 on his phone, and she still sits there proudly, kind of bashing Jen for not being pretty enough for her pedo boyfriend. I mean, are you kidding? I don't even know how to process that in my brain. What's up, Tiff? How do you process that? 35,000 photos? I mean, I can't even process the shit. Someone like this does not belong on YouTube. She doesn't care about these children. It does, Jeff. She doesn't care about these children. I mean, even if she said, you know, I thought he was good looking until I found out what he did.
Creep town, dude.
That would still be creepy. Thank you for subscribing, Miss Priss. But she doesn't even, it's like she doesn't even care. It's weird. It looked like it, Andy. Mm-hmm. No filter. No, I mean, it's just there's something not right. And she's very dangerous. And she doesn't need to be around children searching for children, talking about children, sharing pictures of children, etc., etc., etc. I have no idea who Megan Fox is. No idea who that woman is. Never heard of her till today. I haven't even looked into it. But they're getting people on, you know, Team Tony, Team Seth. They're scrambling. Let them scramble. Just sit back and watch. What's up, Beach Bum? She doesn't care about kids. You're right, Felicia. She does belong in jail. Bye, Felicia. It's never been about these kids. She thinks she has supporters brainwashed and lets her mask fall, but it's like they turn their heads. You don't care about these kids and support her. I agree. She has some very, very vulnerable people. No, it's some chick on YouTube, Trisha. She's not famous. It's just a YouTube. It's like, it says Megan Fox writer. So it's probably another grift who tried to be an author and now she's talking true crime. I don't fucking know. It's not the actress. Attorney? Why does her thing say Megan Fox writer? Dude, these people are fake. They're fake as fuck. I don't even need. Okay, I'm gonna go look, but I don't even need to. Megan Fox, watch this. Look at her fucking at Megan Fox writer, and you're telling me this chick is a lawyer? It says a columnist and podcaster at PJ Media.
And Megan Fox here.
I can't. She is a columnist and podcaster at PJ Media, published 2 books, Shut Up, The Bizarre War That One Public Library Waged Against the First Amendment. They exposed the public library that it was allowing men to commit sex crimes in the library. Her second book, Believe Evidence, The Death of Due Process.
Creep Town, dude.
She hosts a podcast called The Fringe. PJ Media. Never heard of it. Never heard of it, but that's who it is. She's not a lawyer. I mean, she's standing right here, story time on her mic. What? Award winning? Where did she win awards? Let's see. What's her oldest video? That's a good way to figure someone out. Her oldest video is this. Enjoy. You asked for it. You asked for it. There you go. Okay, this is TikTok Tony's quote unquote lawyer. I can't. This is who is defending Bullhorn Betty and her rights.
Jeepers.
Oh my God. Really? 14 years ago was her first video. Story time with Megan Fox.
So we were just at the library, and I have a big stack of books here that I grabbed off the shelves. I basically look for colors and things that are marketed towards girls. These are in the youth section and in the children's section.
This is she's award winning. She's award Winning, y'all.
Making out, right? Okay. And believe me, that is not the worst thing in here. There's lots more. This one, Fact of Life. I've never heard of these books. Fact of Life number 31. I've never heard of any of these, by the way, except for the Pretty Little Liars novels. I've heard of them, but I don't know what these are actually about. This particular book, oh look, a beer bottle. Teenagers with beer. First page I open, page 194.
Oh, this bitch is annoying. She's a brunette, Bullhorn Betty, even with her glasses. Oh boy, we've got twins.
McNo.
Oh, Lord have mercy. She's picking apart the books in the library. Oh, make it go away.
A movement caught my eye. Mitch was weaving unsteadily toward the hot tub.
By the way, happy birthday, Queen Bee.
A beer bottle clenched in one fist. He smiled as Libby sat down on the ledge of the hot tub. These are teenagers drinking at a party. And now, I also want to reiterate, it's not like they drink at these parties and then they get caught by the cops and then their parents...
This chick is a fucking Karen. Where did she come from?
You're being a Karen.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Megan, okay. Let's see. Oakland Park Public Library, a dangerous place for children. Oh, they confront the library board. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Whoever wants to go first.
I will.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you for your statement and also for your apology. I would also like to say, however, that I don't believe that it is true that illegal things happening go reported to police. I have from Mary internal documents that say several of those instances were not reported to police. And you have on the internal documents.
I don't know
a
the
little
umbrella
section there
guy.
that says, were police called, and it very clearly is checked, no the right to pornography. All we are asking for
Look
is
at that lady's face.
that filters be put in place, or not, even if you don't want to put a filter in, to say to the public, make them sign something that says, I will not access this adult material, and if I do, I will be asked to leave. You know, that is not asking too much. Do you want your women these library staff, women, these who work here, to be exposed to this on a daily basis? Where they have to deal with people who are becoming sexually excited in front of computers? That's an EEOC violation. The EEOC would never allow any company to have policies in place where its women had to deal with sexually excited men. That's called a hostile work environment.
Oh my God. I can't.
Should be ashamed of the way that Mr. Fester behaves, and I hope you take that up with Kleinthorpe and Jenkins and how they represented themselves at that last board meeting. I really hope that you put these matters on your next board meeting agenda for November. Mr. Fester was so disrespectful and so condescending, saying he would take it under advisement, but you have a clear community need to have these matters discussed. It is not acceptable when you say that, oh, the teen area is nowhere near these adult computers. You need, as a board, to take these matters under consideration, to put them on your agenda.
Yeah, they're troublemakers. That's why they're involved. Oh, Lord have mercy. Look at it's all board meetings, responding to statements. What? Plotting. They're saying that they're plotting with police against citizens. She's paranoid like Betty. This says OPPL staff and attorney speaking to police on May 19th, 2014 in a small room after calling them on Kevin and Megan for disrupting and disorderly conduct. So they got the cops called on them. Whoops.
Thank you, Rebecca. A drive-by.
Someone called the cops on these idiots. Is there a video or is it just her telling?
Real quick.
There it is.
They've got like just one. They've got like one item left to do. So
and then it's done for the night.
Then they should be done for the night.
So then they can just go.
Yeah, the board can go.
Well, that's right. But I mean, or do you want to do it while the meeting's
How
still
many
in
more
process?
meetings? Well, we don't want to cause any problems. If they're going to leave afterward, that's the ultimate goal here.
Well-
And then we'll do a police report on it.
Chief McCarthy said that if they continually interrupted the meetings as they proceeded to do, I don't know if you saw it on the videotape.
Well, we saw the one interruption, which we consider that, and like an interruption.
Okay, there were interruptions at the beginning as well.
And then he hung the phone up on me when I was calling 911.
Okay.
Oh,
How much
shit.
longer is the next objective you have to talk about?
He hung up the phone when she called
In a few
911.
minutes, we'll just let it air out. If it's not, then we'll go. I mean, there's no sense to stir the hornet's nest if they're leaving it. Why don't we tell them next time that they come and disrupt the meeting, that if they're not going to be.
See, these people, it's just like Betty, wasting resources, right? Wasting resources. We see a pattern with these people. Look at all these meetings she's recorded. Oh my God. She's obsessed. And then she goes to diaper washing and she wants y'all to think she's a lawyer? When did that happen? Because she's been busy on this school board for years. Everything's a scandal with this lady. When did she start doing like podcasts? You want to bet it was during the pandemic? Look at this. Then all of a sudden she's profesh. Oh my God. MAGA Hat Monday. Oh shit. Listen. I went grocery shopping in my MAGA hat and the cashier refused to ring me up. Dude, this chick is whacked.
That I'm not a racist or a homophobe. My best friend is gay.
I'm
and,
sure.
You know, it's stupid. So
I'm not a homophobe. My best friend is gay. So
I'm going to call the store and we're going to find out just what happened. I'm just going to see if the manager will talk to me about it and find out if that's something the store is okay with. Refusing service to people based on their hats. Hi, Sam. Can I speak with the manager, please? Hi, who am I speaking with?
I want to speak to your manager. Meanwhile, her kids' bunk beds in the background. What a dork. Who is this lady?
Matt, my name's Megan. I was just in your store and I spent $95 there. I think you might have rung me up. Are you wearing a blue shirt?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, maybe you remember me. I was the woman wearing the red hat.
Yeah.
Okay. I felt really bad after I walked out of your store because the young man who was there before you seemed to be very upset with me. And he was saying things to the woman in front of me about how he wasn't going to deal with me today. And I'm not really sure what that meant or why he did it, except that maybe he was upset by my hat. And I'm just wondering if I just kind of wanted to talk to you about it. I don't want to get him in trouble. I'm not interested in that. But I wanted.
But that is something that shouldn't be happening because obviously you're kind of behind someone in line. You haven't even spoken to him, nothing.
No.
Or anything like that. That shouldn't be something that happens. Very sorry that happened. I'll be trying to talk to him.
No, actually, Matt, I really don't. I mean, it's your business if you talk to him or not. But actually, I was kind of hoping I could talk to him because whatever misconception he has about who I am or what I think, I kind of wanted. It shouldn't be determined by what's on my head, and I didn't want to make him feel bad either. Like, that wasn't my intention.
This seems fake.
And I didn't want to say anything while I was in the store because he seemed really upset, and I didn't want to escalate anything. But I do want to say something. I want to talk to him like a person, like a human being, because I felt like he treated me as something different.
This is like Sarah Boone, man.
He's not here currently, but I can check when he is in next, and so you can speak to him. That's
hey, Scott.
That's not something that he should be judging over that or anything like that. That's absolutely not okay. But let me check for you real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, thanks.
Ma'am, are you still there?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't able to find a schedule, but I will address it with our customer service manager to let her be aware of what happened.
Well, I really don't want him to get in trouble. That would just make things 100 times worse.
I know, because he could take that as
that like I called and complained about him. I don't want him to think that. In fact, maybe you could if you could give me his first name and I could send you. Like, I'd like to just send him a card. I would like to send it to him and make sure he gets it. Do you think I could send it to your attention with his name on it and you'd give it to him?
Yeah, absolutely. I could do that.
Okay, what's his name?
His name's Kelsey.
Kelsey, okay. All right, I'm not interested in him getting reprimanded. I think that would make everything just 100 times worse.
Oh, no, I understand, absolutely.
I just thought maybe I could do something nice for him instead of something awful. You know what I mean?
It's just a
nice.
misconception wrong. I 100% agree with you. That's I do appreciate you bringing that to my attention, though, and how you went about everything. I really do appreciate all of that.
Okay, well, I just, I felt embarrassed and kind of sad, and I didn't want him to feel bad.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of what happened when I'd been taken over for him.
He basically just saw me. He just looked at me, and then he started saying to the woman in front of him, "Well, I'm not going to go through this today." And I don't know what that means because I've never done anything to him. So I felt bad because he felt like something was coming that wasn't coming,
Yeah, I understand. I'm not sure if maybe he's had experiences in the past with anything because he's not from this area, he just moved up. So I don't know too much about if maybe something that was he's.
Yeah, maybe. And by all means, I don't want to make it worse.
This chick is out there, nut. Gretchen, she's always been like this. I've never heard of her. I have never heard of her. I just, why does this not surprise me that this is now part of Team TikTok Tony and Seth? They're running out of options. They're running out of options to have people on their side. Everybody that's been on their side has been outed as either a shyster, a liar, you name it. Clearly, they're running out of options. I mean, what is this? How are you this all over the place? Storytime, digital media. See, another one who keeps trying to make businesses that don't work.
Hi, my name is Megan Fox. I'm with Storytime Digital Media.
Whoa, what just happened?
And today I want to talk about cloth diapering, which is something I have never done before. I have 3 kids. I just had a new baby in August, and I decided to try cloth diapering him. Now, I always wanted to buy American-made stuff. And cloth diapers are very expensive. However, they're just expensive in the beginning, and then once you have invested in your stash, then you don't need to do it again, and you're not rebuying these every week like you do with disposable diapers. So you will save a ton of money, even if you buy the expensive kind. Now, there's a couple of different ways.
Wow. Okay, enough on her. I can't anymore. I can't with these people. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh. I always tell people, if someone new pops up, and you see their video and you're like, who is this? Go to their oldest videos and check them out. It tells a lot about a person. Have they tried numerous things to be YouTube famous? She fits in, apparently, from what I heard. I haven't really dug into her. It's the first I've seen of her. She's defending Bullhorn Betty. Yeah, look at their old videos. Just check them out. Check out their past. Go to the beginning. See if they've changed. See if they're the same person, Oh, those two will tear each other apart, probably, Charlie. But let's get into the dangers. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I have to get a blanket. I don't know, for some reason, I'm chilly. Okay. So let's get into Hey Pearl Girl. Oh, yeah, it is sus when people delete their videos. Yes, it is. It is. But see, a lot of people don't want to because they don't want to delete that, watch time and all that. Views. No need to look further. I mean, really. Exactly, Jeff. See, that's what I do. Like, I saw that first video. Well, it's one thing, true crime, to not know what you're doing. It's another thing to try different genres and say you're, a writer, a lawyer, you're a diaper, you're this, that. It's just fucking weird. But yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to go any further. I will never watch her. And I admit, I never watched the Lore Lodge's videos on this case because I knew it was untrue. I knew it wasn't well researched, and I have better things to spend my time listening to, such as the suspects in this case own words. So to be honest, I don't watch all that stuff. If I think it's bullshit, I don't waste my time. Gretchen, yeah, they won't get along. She appeared on Nick Rickida's show. Oh, probably just for clout. Author, activist, true crime. Thank you, Patricia, for gifting a membership, and welcome, JC. Welcome to the Cooter Club. She's not a lawyer, Sammy. Not even close. Titanium, I know, we're just kind of like, It's really hard. Like, if you know it's full of shit, like, why would you even watch it? I know that we have researched more in this case than he has, so, like, why watch it? Then you really might know what it's like. It says Megan Fox, writer. She ain't no lawyer. She ain't no lawyer. She ain't no lawyer. A lawyer did send those cease and desist, though. It's worth losing sleep to hear what Jay has to say. I watch people who match my intuition. That's a good... Yeah, the mob crew. That guy has gone off the deep end, too. I don't know if Tony's got to him yet. I'm just waiting for that to happen. A video journalist? It said she was a writer. I don't know. Anyways, on to Andra. I wanted to just show you guys the dangers of Andra Griffin. And the real question is, why is she in kids' cases? Is it just for money? Yeah, she's not a lawyer. She clearly states she's an author. She's a wannabe podcaster. Author. I don't know why people think she's a lawyer. Probably because she was on the Law Tube People's panels. I don't know. I'm a lawyer too. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm also a behavior analyst and a body language specialist. I'll have my plaque behind me tomorrow for that one. I agree with you, Pecan. It's also ludicrous. Wide open lawyers. I mean, do I need... It is midnight. Everybody toke. Listen. Andra does not care, okay? Why is she freaking you out, Yvonne? What's up, JR? All right, so this is Manatee County court records, okay? And I saw these brought up on another channel, and I was like, damn, 44 entries. So I went and looked them up myself because I'm like, they got to be traffic tickets or something, right? Like, nobody has 44 entries, right? Speaking of astronauts, why are those people... That's awesome, Jillian. Why are those people stuck in the Space Center? Oh my gosh, Ministry. I can think of a couple twists that would be quite mind-blowing. Yeah, so she's got... This is Manatee County, Florida. Okay, so this is... Let's see, can we put them... I guess we really can't. But here, let's start with page 2. We'll start at the bottom and go up. So a lot of these are traffic, you know, which is whatever. But the important ones, which are really quite scary, are these ones. So here in 95, okay, that was 29 years ago. My oldest son just turned 29. This is just one county in Florida. Yeah, why are they stuck there? We're going to have to look into that. It's so weird, and nobody seems to care. Like, they're not making a big deal out of it. Like, we have a couple astronauts just stuck up there in space, and they might not be home for 6 months. Yeah, I don't even, right, Army vet, it probably isn't even real. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's a lot of people on YouTube who are open about their past. And there's a lot of people on YouTube who probably have passed and you don't know because they've changed, you know, from who they were 29 years ago. Well, Betty hasn't changed from 25 years ago. Right? I don't know who Zadie is, but in 1995, I don't know if Andra was even an adult. But it looks like whoever Andra Griffin is got a protection order against Andra for domestic violence. And then there was a guardian ad litem that was case reopened for other reasons the next year. Domestic violence in 95, y'all. In 1995, okay? So then we go up here and we have, you know, a bunch of traffic, whatever. Criminal traffic. Not sure what this entails. This might be a DUI. I'm not sure. Yep. Vehicle impounded, probation for 12 months, driver's license suspended for 6 months, 50 hours public service. Within 11 months, complete DUI counterattack program. Damn. Within 6 months, receive evaluation and treatment if necessary, attend victim impact panel within 6 months. Enroll in an 8-week anger control course. Wow. Violation of, look at this one. Violation of probation. Jesus. Another violation of probation hearing. Good Lord, man. This is just one. This is just coming from a DUI. All right, we're going back. I'm not looking at the chat right now, so bear with me. A county ordinance infraction. Animal control. Oh, no. What did she do? Save Delilah. What did she do? Non-criminal citation. Andra Griffin. Dog.
Town, dude.
Dog being animal at large. I can't read it. Dog. Something being at large. Animal at large. So her dog was running loose. $200. Poor dog. Okay. Next one is a felony in 06. We have a felony. She likes Arbuckle bonds, too. They get her out every time. Let's look at the probable cause affidavit. You got to love Florida. You've got to love Florida. Okay, so we will read what she did. Defendant was involved with a verbal argument with her friend. The defendant was visiting him at the American Car Wash. The defendant was then given a verbal trespass warning. At that time, the defendant walked out to the sidewalk. As the defendant was screaming, she then walked back onto the American Car Wash property after she was given the verbal trespass warning. The defendant was then placed into double locked handcuffs. Upon incident to arrest, there was a small bag of powder cocaine that was located in her pants pocket. Cocaine. Also in incident to arrest, a small bag containing 4 pills of ecstasy were located in her purse inside her vehicle. Also a small scale with powder cocaine.
What are you doing in the White House if you're not selling cocaine?
Residue was located in her purse. The defendant made a spontaneous utterance stating that she knew about the pills. She also stated that she has a powder cocaine problem. Defendant was then transported to Manatee County Jail. Ew. It says here, open sores all over. Oh my God, y'all. Do you see that? Visible scars or marks. Open sores all over. Ugh. Yikes.
There was a lot of leakage.
God, just as sick.
Creep town, dude.
I mean, this is just shocking, you know? Hey, Loaded Hot. Loaded Hot, Loaded Hot. So her charges were possession of a controlled substance, coke, possession of a controlled substance, MDMA, drug paraphernalia, and trespass. Unbelievable, right? I mean, let's go back now. Okay, so that was the felony. And here we have a misdemeanor in 06. Let's see what this one's about. Let's read the probable cause. Gotta love Florida. This is a domestic. The listed defendant was at the listed location with her boyfriend victim. The defendant was in an argument with the victim. The defendant then shoved the victim and the victim shoved her back. The defendant then bit the victim on the right side of his chest, leaving a small red mark in the shape of teeth. The victim refused to complete an affidavit. Betty, you are a fucking abuser. What is wrong with you? Good grief. Domestic battery. Good God, biting people. All right, criminal traffic. Let's see what this one's about. This is probably another DUI. But let's look. Oh, yep. Probable cause DUI. Let's see what this is all about. This is in 2012. Deputy Shell responded to Mulligan's Bar in reference to a domestic disturbance. While speaking to the male half, Deputy Shell was told multiple times that his wife, the defendant, was driving around drunk. Deputy Shell then observed the female half arrive at Mulligan's Bar driving a pewter-colored Chevy car. Beam me up, Scotty. It's only a Chevy. Deputy Shell detected an odor of an alcoholic beverage on her as we spoke with her. She admitted that she had been drinking prior to driving. She stated she only had a couple of cocktails. Deputy Shell then requested a traffic unit. Oh, we got more. Okay, so now the traffic unit arrives. And it says, upon my arrival, I observed the driver standing outside of her vehicle, leaning against the vehicle. I detected a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage as we spoke. She admitted that she had a few cocktails. She stated that she knew she should not have been driving. However, her husband called her from a bar, and she left home to come get him. I noticed that her eyes were bloodshot, watery, and glassy. I noticed that her mood cycled between extremely upset to calm to upset again. She cycled through her emotions several times when talking to her. Her speech was slightly slurred. Her facial features were flaccid, and her skin tone appeared flush in color. Bloodshot, glassy eyes, clumsy, disorderly, her clothes, blue denim shorts, flip-flops, tan shirt. She says her clothes were disorderly. Uncooperative, mood changes, emotional, talkative. Subject repeated her story several times about her husband calling her. When asked if she knew she should not be driving, she said, "What was I to do? Call him a cab?" I asked subject if she would perform some exercises for me to see if she was okay, but she was hesitant. I explained to her that if she did not do them, her refusal could be used against her. She then started to cooperate, but then began to get emotional again. As she tried to perform the HGN, she swayed, and I had to remind her not to move her head. I was only able to get 4 indicators on the HGN before her body language and mannerisms began to tell me she was not going to continue. She then began to tell me the story of how she was called out of bed by her husband to come get him at the bar. At this point, based on my interaction with her, my observations, I arrested her for the offense of DUI. Subject stated at first she had nothing wrong with her. Later, she stated she had bad balance, due to her equilibrium being off. She stated that she gets fluid blockage in her right ear. Maybe it's all those fucking penises. She gets fluid blockage in her right ear and is completely deafened. Subject stated later that her right foot was recently broken, and that's why she can't walk a line. She gets fluid blockage in her right ear and she's completely deafened. Cheesy. It's probably from those peens in her ears. Good grief, Betty. That's not where they belong. Oh my gosh, Sniper. That is terrifying. She can't walk a line. She can snort one. Oh my God. Orpha scooter. Oh my God. Wow. And she tells me to get him out of my ears. Damn, girl. That shit made you deaf and shit. Ugh. Okay, let's keep going. If there is more. I'm sure there is. Subject did not want to cooperate anymore. She was driving the old Impala. I'm just seeing if there's any more notes here. Is there, what'd she blow? Did she not do it? Oh, she failed. She didn't want to do it. Oh, God. Oh, God, there's a whole narrative. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't know what any of this means. 0.79, is that what she blew? Okay, let's read this narrative. Okay, we read the beginning. Okay, so we left with her equilibrium. She stated that she gets fluid blockage in her right ear and is completely deafened. The subject stated later that her right foot was broken. That's why she can't walk a line. I placed her in my patrol vehicle. I transported her to the Manatee County Jail. At the jail, I conducted the 20-minute observation period. Subject stated that she wanted her attorney present. I advised her of implied consent. She argued that she did not understand what I was reading her. I asked her specifically what she did not understand. She stated if she had her attorney present, she could probably understand. I took her into the intoxilizer room, and she made no effort to provide a breath sample. She had also had a prior refusal to provide breath, blood, or urine in April of 2006, and she stated she had nothing to say. I was at the above listed location in reference to a domestic disturbance. While speaking to the male, I then saw Andra drive her vehicle into the parking lot of Mulligan's. She was the driver and was in complete control of the vehicle. I asked her to exit the vehicle. She did. I asked her to exit the vehicle, and she did. I could smell the odor of alcohol. She knew she was in trouble and admitted drinking prior to driving. Andra started crying and getting very emotional during our interview. She appeared to be impaired. Good grief. Okay, so we got through page 2. Because like I said, these are just traffic. I'm not going to bother reading those. Let's go to page 1. We'll start at the bottom and go up. Here we have another misdemeanor in 2012. Let's open up that probable cause. See what this one's about. Battery, touch or strike, domestic related. Within Manatee County on 8/18/2012 at 22:15 hours, the defendant violated blah, 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 domestic battery, according to the victim's statements, by intentionally slapping the victim in the face with an open hand. Vincent and Andra have been married for the past year and 4 months, share no children in common, and reside together as a family. Vincent observed a friend of Andra's at the bar. Vincent confronted him and spoke to him for a brief moment. Andra and Vincent exited the bar, and Andra immediately began yelling at Vincent for approaching her friend in the bar. Andra then slapped Vincent on the right cheek with an open hand. Andra then fled the bar in her vehicle while she was intoxicated. No injuries were observed to Vincent as the result of being slapped. During my investigation, Andra pulled in the parking lot of Mulligan's. This is all the same day. Andra appeared to be under the influence of alcohol. Andra was arrested for DUI and domestic battery. Andra has 1 prior arrest for domestic battery against Vincent. Vincent was under the influence of alcohol upon my arrival. While speaking with Vincent, he advised that he immediately called 911 as a result of being slapped in the face. Vincent was adamant that he wanted to go forward with charges against Andra. Vincent was unable to complete an affidavit due to his inability to write. She has a tattoo on her neck. Or a scar on her neck. Scar, left wrist. Tattoo, left ankle, heart. Tattoo near ankle. Okay, let's go see the next one. That was a misdemeanor, correct? So, I mean, when do these misdemeanor, like, batteries become... Look at all these misdemeanors. Become felonies when you're beating on your spouse, for fuck's sake. All right, here's another domestic. Oh, this is their divorce. Okay, so he finally divorced her after that. He did press charge. He said he wanted to press charges. I don't know if he did, but that happened 8/20 of 2012. By 9/28, they were getting divorced. Good for him. Good for him. Smartest thing he ever did. Here is another felony. Domestic battery by strangulation. Oh my God. So she was getting divorced. Oh, this is a different guy. This isn't the ex-husband. This is a different guy, I think. Oh, Lord. Or no, did they get back together? Mm-hmm. They must have gotten back together. Jesus. On 10/13/2012, in Manatee County, Florida, blah, 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 the victim, who is the defendant's cohabitant spouse, alleges that he was in a heated altercation with the defendant, who is Andra, who became angry and began breaking items in the residence. The defendant then obtained a kitchen knife and cut the tires on his truck. Betty, the victim, alleged that she then pushed him down several times, causing injury to his right outside forearm. The victim stated that she then punched him in the mouth with her fist, causing him to bleed, and his front teeth became loose. However, he did not lose consciousness. The victim stated that the defendant then stated that she would kill herself with a knife. My God. However, she did not harm herself at that time. The victim declined to complete an affidavit because he stated he can't write too well. Oh my God, man. I mean, this is beyond a loose cannon, you guys. What are you, where are you guys at with this? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine a guy doing this? Can you imagine if a guy, right, and she calls herself Machete Betty. Okay. Next one. Circuit Civil. What's this about? General Motors? I don't know what that is. Misdemeanor. Here we go. Now we're in 2016. We went 4 years without any violations. Now we're back in jail for another domestic violence charge. But Big Johnson bail bonds got us out this time. And look at this. Notice of case action. Criminal charges will not be filed as to battery. See, it's bullshit. She's gotten way too many chances. I think her chances are up. Domestic. On September 10th, 2016, at approximately what would that be? 12:45 a.m. Right? God, I don't know. I was dispatched to a call in reference to this one I've seen. 2 suspicious people walking down 9th Street West. According to the anonymous caller, the female collapsed in the road for no apparent reason. I arrived in the area and located the victim, I'm not going to say his name, VV, and the offender, Andra, running towards my patrol vehicle. Griffin was not wearing pants and appeared to be extremely intoxicated. I exited my patrol vehicle and detained V for the course of my investigation. I learned the victim, V, and Andra Griffin are husband and wife who live together as a family. On today's date, the couple visited the Dolphin Lounge to consume alcohol. When it was time to go, Griffin became agitated at V for an unknown reason. According to V, Griffin started swinging wildly and struck him at least one time in the face, busting his nose and causing it to bleed profusely. Griffin claimed that she was hit, but could not tell me where she was hit. She did have a scrape on her knee. That's probably from being behind the chilies. The scrape appeared to be caused from the ground. See, I told you. I determined Griffin was the primary aggressor and arrested her without incident. While at the district, Griffin was very verbal and stated when she got out of jail, she was going to beat the shit out of her husband. Wow. Her employer was Lance Legal Group. Paralegal, it says. Paralegal. Paralegal, and you're getting arrested? The hell? Yeah, they should have criminally charged her at some point. This is really sad. Especially for Florida. I mean, how many fucking misdemeanors in the same thing? 2017. Big Johnson's again. Criminal charges will not be filed as to battery. Maybe she worked there for free just to get legal services. Oh my God. According to statements made by the victim, V, himself and his wife, the offender, Andra Griffin, engaged in a verbal argument that turned physical when Griffin struck V several times in the head area with her hands. V refused EMS and I observed no injuries. Griffin was arrested for the listed charge. Dude, you are a POS, Betty. What is wrong with you? All right, let's go to, I don't know, there's a 1999 misdemeanor right here. All right, charges will not be filed as a domestic battery. 1999? And you can't look at the documents. But domestic battery. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think her gig is up, though. All right, so let's go to, that's traffic misdemeanor, 2002. Fuck, another domestic battery. Criminal charges will not be filed. Can't read the probable cause, but another domestic battery from '02. God almighty. Here's another one. Domestic relations '02. Another domestic violence. Or this is an injunction against her. Wow. Y'all, I'm kind of speechless with this. Okay, where are we? '02. Circuit Civil. Let's see what that's about. Wells Fargo. She had a foreclosure. Misdemeanor 07. Arbuckle bail bonds. What did she do this time? Trespass after warning. Trespass after warning. So she never has listened, right? She's never listened. She's never followed rules. I don't even understand how she is on the streets. And people are giving her money. She never got, it was never followed through as a felony. I know. Working at the car wash, yeah. I'm glad that Tennessee's taking it seriously too. Okay, so the listed defendant, Andra Griffin, went to the above listed residence and entered the rear fenced-in yard and was banging on the back door in an attempt to contact her boyfriend, RK. Griffin was given a trespass warning, case number 07-36702, on 7/13/07. So what date was this? So in July, she was given a warning. She went back. What date is this? August 28th. So she was given a warning on July 13th. She went back in August. I confirmed this trespass warning with MJO teletype unit. Post Miranda Griffin said that she was in the yard and entered the covered porch to knock on the door. She also said that she knew that she was trespassed from the property and should not be there. RK also said that he saw her on the porch banging on the door and called 911. So this is guy number 2. This is guy number 2. Well, she said she was. She said she was a paralegal on these papers. I don't know if she ever was, but that's what she said. Okay, so that was 07. Now we're going to fast forward to 2011. We have another misdemeanor. Let's see. Another battery domestic. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is the third guy. Fucking A. She has 3 different men. Oh. Mm-mm.
Why were you telling her not to fuck herself?
She is... The defendant, Andra Griffin, became involved in a verbal altercation with her boyfriend, or let's call him Edward, victim with whom she resides. The altercation did become physical when Andra struck Edward on the left side of his face with an open right hand. Edward then called 911, fearing the situation may escalate. You got 2 boyfriends now that called 911 on her ass. Upon my arrival on scene, I observed Edward to be in a calm and rational manner. The defendant was on the phone. I later learned that Andra had been speaking with her bail bondsman. After approximately 5 minutes of being on the scene, Andra hung up the phone. So the cop's there for 5 minutes and the bitch is on the phone. When I attempted to speak with her, she immediately stated, "Just take me to jail." She then stated that the victim never touched her, and again to take her to jail. She was arrested on scene. After being taken into custody, she made numerous threats towards the victim, stating that I would find him cut up on the side of the road. She also stated that she would have her family kill the defendant and that she is connected and would get away with anything she wants. Andra was increasingly hostile and did continue to make threats towards the defendant and myself, stating she would make me pay for taking her from her home that she purchased when she was 24 years old. She was transported without any further violence. I observed no injuries to Andra and the victim. The victim did state he did not wish for charges to be filed. Wow. Wow. Okay. Kind of speechless here. Okay, that's 2011. Then we have another domestic relations. Oh, that's a divorce. Oh, they filed for divorce again, a second time. Small claims. Let's see who sued her. Portfolio recovery. Oh, like a credit card. Couple grand. Okay. All right. So here we are, 97. 1997, a misdemeanor. Another misdemeanor. For what, though? Bench warrant ordered. Domestic battery. Domestic battery. 1998. She was given 6 months probation, $250 in fines, 50 hours public service, blah, blah, blah. God, man. Domestic relations, 99. This is another person, Brian. Someone named Brian got a freaking restraining order against her in 1999. Holy fuck. County civil in 2000. Evicted. Yep, her ass got evicted from somewhere. All right, here we have 2001. Another injunction. This time it's a female, or I don't know, the person's name is Everett. Maybe that is a guy. Another protection order. Another protection order. Okay, we have circuit court civil. Insurance company sued her, I guess. Let's go to the misdemeanor 2012. Here is the affidavit. Let's see. On June 1st, another battery. Dude, this lady is violent AF. On June 1st, 2012, Andra Griffin did violate battery. The victim, VV, are husband and wife. According to Vincent V's statement, Andrew was driving them home from dinner at a friend's house because he was highly intoxicated and couldn't drive. This made Andra upset. The two engaged in a verbal altercation over Vincent being intoxicated, which became physical when Andra backhanded him with an open hand, leaving a small abrasion on the inside of his upper lip. V and Andra arrived at home and engaged in another altercation where Andra threw a styrofoam container full of food at V, striking him in the left shoulder area. V stated he didn't want to press charges and refused to sign an affidavit. Unbelievable. These two just keep going back and forth and back and forth. All right, and then we have 1/4 of 2023, a small claims. Let's see, statement of claim. Oh, let's see the return of service. Oh, they served her in person. Process server. Civil cover sheet. 8,000 or less. Okay, Betty. Your debt's not as bad as Tony's. I'll give you that. Your debt's not as bad as TikTok Tony's. So we're going to take a look at that right meow. Okay? We're going to look at Minnesota or Missouri, sorry. Missouri court records. You guys ready for this one? We're going to dig on Mathis a little bit tonight. We're going to dig on Tony L. Mathis. Oh, that'll scare somebody. 18 entries just here in Missouri. Check that out. Check that out. Hey, yo, mama. Hey, Amy. What's up, girl? No, she's the same B legend, and she's getting worse. She's getting worse. I think so too, KB. The first, you know what? Before I show you guys this, I want to go to, and Dick Talk, if you're watching, please back out of Sebastian's case. You've caused enough damage, bullshit, etc., etc. Your history is awful. I couldn't believe it. So I have this cool little login to check federal cases. It's called Pacer. So I thought, you know, I'm going to log into Pacer because it's like federal, you know. It shows you federal cases, and that would include bankruptcies. So I found a couple bankruptcies for Tony and his wife. So it looks like, according to Pacer, they filed in 01. Hold on, I'm going to have to log back in. And they filed in 2011. So is Dick Talk having, you know, and this is proof that it's him, Tony Lee, Dana Michelle, right here. But the funny thing about this is that it actually tells you the creditors that they wrote off. So, you know, a lot of people, I filed bankruptcy once. Okay? I filed bankruptcy once. Was in over our heads way back in our 20s. But some people have a habit of filing bankruptcy. Like they just spend, and then they file bankruptcy to make it all go away. So TikTok Tony, you know, that snap a smile looking teeth that he's got, he didn't even pay for them. Dude. Can I get some dentures in chat? Because he screwed the dentist that gave him his grill. He screwed the dentist that gave him his grill. So let's just scroll through some of these creditors that Dick Talk Tony. I love the dentures. They're so cute. They're like my favorite. I need some of those dentures that you wind up. Why are we bringing up Tarlin's kin? All right, we're not. Yeah. Don't think so. I love the dentures and the teeth. It's amazing. So let's kind of take a look, you know, because I know things happen, you know, but, you know, some people are just, they do it just so they don't have to pay for it. I'm just going to roll through them. Are you ready? Truck repair. AccuCheck. ACS Systems, Airborne Express, Airborne Freight Group, Albertsons Store, fucking groceries, Allied Interstate West, Allstate Insurance, AMCA, American Bureau of Collections, Insurance, American Freightways, Asset Care, AT&T Wireless, Times 3, Barney's Quick Lube. The dude couldn't even pay for a fucking Quick Lube. He had to put it in his bankruptcy. Come on. Beer Across America. He had special beers being sent to him. Beal and Beal Inc., Bill's Truck and Wrecker, Botany Shop, Garden Center, Cablecom, Cannon Financial, Captain D's, Carson's Nurseries. So all his fucking landscaping was in the damn bankruptcy. Check Center, Check Care Systems, Check Right. I don't know what all those places are. Children's Book of the Month. Dude. What?
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. And I don't want to see anybody else either.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my life. Children of the Month Book Club. Beer. Classic Floors, Collection Division of Conoco, Conoco Inc. Gas, which that is. Canesco Finance, Copy Products. We're only in the C's, y'all. Countrywide Homes, Credit Bureau Central, Credit Bureau of Joplin, Credit Bureau of Joplin, Credit Bureau Services, Cross Midwest Tire, got new tires on that truck. Culligan, he's got some good water, got some reverse osmosis, but didn't pay for it. Cytocheck Lab, Dade County Family Medical Center, Daniels Feed and Farm Supply, Data Graphics Printing, Dennis Purcell, MD. Oh, those are cash advances. Derailed Commodity, DirecTV, Discover, Doctors Medical Services, Duffy Distributors, Elite Financial, M-Care, Emergency Physicians, Empire District Electric, Equifax, Check Services, Famous Bar, Farmers Insurance, Federal Express Revenue, times 2, Ferguson Medical Lab, First USA Bank, First Star Bank, Four States Surgery Center, Freeman Health, Garver and Company, Great Lakes Collection, Great Southern Bank, Grolier Books, Harmon Glass, Harper Lock and Key, Hastings Store, Henry Stein MD, Henry's Records, Impact Print and Design, Instacheck, Iron Gate Services, Jason, a fucking lawyer, Jeff City Filing, Jeff Price, Jenkins Diesel, Jerry Laster, Jules National Bank, Joplin Area Foot Center. He didn't even pay for his damn corns. Toplin Fire and Safety, Joplin Garden and Lawn. There we go with the fucking landscaping again. Joplin Globe, Kirk Welding, Leonard Jewelry. Is that Dana's fucking ring? Les Jones Service and Towing. Is this every business in Joplin? Fuck. Literary Guild Select. M&M Service, Mark S. Matlock, Maud Pathology, McGraw-Hill, MCI Telecom, Melmar Services, Merry Maids. He had his house cleaned and didn't even pay them. Oh my God, you ought to be ashamed, Tony. You ought to be ashamed. Metro Emergency Transport, Mid-America Accounts, Mid-America Check America, Mid-America Check America, Mid-America Accounts, Missouri Division of Employment Security, Missouri Motor Carriers Association, Morgan and Associates, Names and Numbers, National Collections, NCO Financial, times 4, Nebraska Energy, North Shore Agency, Northern Tool and Equipment, Office Max. I feel like I'm calling off schools that are supposed to be off when there's snow. Olympic Fitness Center, OSI Collections, times 2, Penske's Trucks, Petroleum Club. Fucking Petroleum Club. What's up, Romat? Oh, yeah, he had Lawn Boys. His lawn business was Lawn Boys. That's right, he did, Cricket. Lawn Boys. Lawn Boys. That is a weird name. Like, no thanks. No thank you. Okay. Phillips 66. Publishers Clearinghouse. Quest Diagnostics. Quest Communications. R&S Chevy. Reeves Tire and Automotive. McKinley Hospital, Rick's Tire and Automotive, RMCB, another lawyer, Robert Lee, Robert Parrish, another lawyer, ×2, Ron's Towing, Roy and Shannon Hurd, Royal Mercantile Trust Corps of America, Ryder Transportation's Sense Plus. Good morning, Miss Potato. Sears Roebuck, Shelter Insurance, Sherwin-Williams, painted that house. Painted that house. Smith Klein Beecham, Southwest Anesthesiology, Southwest Credit, Southwest Missouri Bank, Southwest Radiology, Southwestern Bell, ×3, Springfield News Leader, the newspaper, Springfield Office Supply, Sprint, Sprint Commercial, St. John's Regional Medical Center, State of Arkansas, Structure, Susseries of the Ozarks, Texaco Fleet Management, Thomas Hunt, Tony and Dana Mathis, Tony Mathis, Tony Mathis, Tony Mathis, Transworld, Treadco, U.S. Attorney, United Fire and Casualty, United Missouri Bank, Vaughn's, Village Depot, W.L. Gears, W.W. Granger, W.L. Gears, Wagner Oil, Web City Bank, Wholesale Collectors, WorldCom, and Wheeler Locksmith. He's his own creditor probably because he was dissolving his business. But this is not fucking normal. Not in my book. So here we have the other one. Hold on. It's crazy. Hang on. I gotta find the other one now. Okay, this is the one from 2011. This one's really going to piss you off. This one's going to piss you off. Because this guy is nothing but a grifter. 2011, he had another Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now he's moving on up. Moving on up. He's got American Express Bank. Well, unless the black man with the same name, like he said, has a wife named Dana Michelle and the same birth dates? I don't think so. Yeah, this is 2011. American Express. At the beach. At the beach. AT&T. Bay Area Credit. Bixby Telephone. Broken Arrow Endodontics. Broken Arrow. He didn't pay for his teeth. Capital One Auto, Central. That's a fucking car. What the fuck? Central States Recovery, Certegy Payment Recovery. Oh, what did he say about his life? Oh, my life. I live the best life money can buy. Seth. Central States Recovery, Certegy Payment Recovery, Collection Company, Cox Communication, Credit Collections, Dave Elder. Dish Network, a lawyer, EMP of Tulsa County, EMSA, Enhanced Recovery, Equitable Asset Financial, Equidata, Escalate, another lawyer, Freeman Hospital, Gastroenterology Specialist, GMAC Mortgage, Greater Tulsa Anesthesiology, Healthcare Funding, Hillcrest Healthcare, something else. In Stitches with Joanne. I'm sure Joanne was in stitches when she found out that you filed bankruptcy, Tony. Yep, I live the best life money can buy. I'm not exactly a broke old man. Independent School District number 5. J. Andrew Enlow. Jeremy Melton. Kansas Counselors. KCA Financial, Litton Loan Servicing, Love, Beal and Nixon PC, LVNV Funding, Lyons and Clark, MedPAC, Medical Data Systems, Merchants and Professionals Collection, Midland Credit, NCO Financials, Northland Group, OU Physicians Tulsa, Pathology Lab, Pinnacle Credit, Precision Image Conversions, Professional Credit, Radiology, Resurgent Capital Services, Riggs Abney Neal, South Tulsa Pediatrics. His kid. Southcrest Emergency Physicians, Southcrest Hospital, Southwest Credit, Sprint Communications, St. Francis Health, Stephen Capron, Tab Services, Target National Bank, Unique Stitches, Wakefield and Associate, Warren Clinic, Windstream, Works and Lens, and Zenith Acquisition. I mean, what the hell? Just rack up that American Express. Live the... Oh my God. You know what? Just D, you've seen your day. Don't come in here telling my people not to listen to me, 'cause you are going to get flung right on out of here. See you later, babe. Go spout your BS somewhere else. That lady's a quack. Betty's a quack. And now you are gone.
C'est la vie, adios, fuck off and die.
Bye, baby. Bye-bye. Oz, yeah, that need you say more? Okay. So we're going to click out of this, and now we're going to go back to our other page. You can't make this shit up. Whoever said that just a little bit ago, you can't make that shit up. So let's take a look at the Missouri court records right here. We'll go about 20 more minutes or so, see how many of these we can get through. Because, you know, this shit never ends with these people. Never ends. And I'm not joking. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is Missouri. We still have Oklahoma. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for being here. All I ask is that you hit that thumbs up. So we've got 2 pages of bullshit for Tony. So we're going to make sure we've got the right Tony L. We've got one small claims where he didn't pay Hall's Fencing. So Hall's Fencing actually took him to court. We have the Department of Revenue against Tony Mathis. This dude has evaded criminal charges as well. He's just like Betty. Like, they have teetered on the line of being felons. They just haven't gotten there yet. And I think they're about to get there. I think they're on the verge of being convicted felons. I think Tony already has felonies, but...
Bing bang.
Yeah, we're going to get some trolls. Whenever we talk about the truth, whenever we expose any of these people, we get trolled, threatened, nasty emails. My Google voice gets weird texts. But we know who it is. We know who it is. We know the truth. Okay, so down here we have a breach of contract in 2014. We have a guy also suing Tony for small claims in 2014. Another breach of contract with a bank against Tony and his wife in 98. Department of Revenue, 2013. Small claims from Hall's Fencing. Okay, so now we're going to go to page 1. Dean's garage door. I mean, is his entire house stolen? He didn't pay for the fucking landscaping shit, I'm sure. That was part of his biz. He didn't pay for the paint from Sherwin-Williams. He didn't pay the builder, the contractor. Is his entire house free? I live the best life money can buy. I'd rather live in my mobile home than have Tony's stolen house. And stolen teeth. And stolen image. I'd rather live in my little mobile home that is cozy as fuck than live his life. Fake. Fake. Now the FBI is all in it. Oh, Seth wants the FBI involved. Careful what you wish for. Careful what you wish for, Tony. Because now the FBI is involved like a motherfucker, ponying up $50K. $50K. They wanted them involved. Oh, sign the damn petition. Now the feds are involved like a motherfucker. And guess what? What does Seth say? Oh, that's great, but I wish that other agencies were more emotionally invested. Careful what you wish for. You might get it tenfold. Careful what you wish for. All right. So then we have ISO Capital versus Tony. Division of Employment. Seabreeze Vending. Seabreeze Vending in 02. Let's take a look. Tony L. Mathis is the defendant. You know what else is really weird, you guys? I almost forgot to tell you. Hold on. You know what's really weird? Is if you look back on Seth and Tony's addresses in time, they lived, I shit you not, 9 minutes down the road from each other in Joplin, Missouri. 9 minutes on the same effing road. 9 minutes. Did they know each other? I don't know. That seems really coincidental. What is up, Amber Burns? Seth is not from there, but he lived there in the early 2000s. I put it on a map. I put both addresses on a map. It was 9 minutes. Very weird. I don't know how big Joplin is, but I don't know. They say they didn't know each other, but it seems like quite the coincidence. Yeah, it's like 3.5 miles. And it's on the same road, except one is north and the other one's called south, whatever the road was. It's the same exact road, though. Fucking weird. You guys, but you do believe they knew each other? Wow. Birds of a feather. Joplin is a pretty good size. So maybe they didn't. I don't know how long Seth was there. You know what I mean? Kelly J says, what about the creators that still back Seth and his team? What will happen with their channels after this? We as subs have to start speaking up. Kelly J, I got your back, girl.
Creep Town, dude.
I got your back, girl. You guys as viewers, you guys really need to speak your minds and let people know what's acceptable and what's not. I can only say so much. But if people keep going along with it, it's just going to keep happening. The same grifters will do this case after case after case. And Tony's in the middle of both cases of boys missing with no shoes in the middle of the night, and both just vanished. So this is Seabreeze Vending at the request of the plaintiff. So they settled it out of court, but it was still filed. And the Jasper County Sheriff's Department served him. And some of his judgments have garnishes. Some of them don't. It just depends. Let's see. Tile source and carpet. Look at, he didn't even pay for his fucking tile and carpet in his house. The Tile Source and Carpet Inc. What a loser. And then he's got T&R Enterprises of Missouri, registered agent Tony Mathis. This dude is a total scammer. Scammer. Tony Mathis served, let's see, judgment against him. $4,400. ISO Capital. Let's see what this one is. If there's any garnishments. They must have can't. Wait, let's see. Abode service by leaving summons with Brian Mathis. Whoever Brian Mathis is. In 01, he was served. I mean, just one thing after another, you know? Real estate. Something with real estate. Tony L. Mathis. Judgment against him. Oh, speeding ticket. Not wearing a seatbelt. Jasper County. This is State of Missouri, Division of Employment Security. So it must be unemployment. He had to pay back unemployment. Yep. Let's see this one. That's in 03. This is a criminal infraction, guilty. What is this for? Oh, not wearing a seatbelt again. Idiot.
Just help a brother out here.
Oh, what was that? What was that I heard? Oh, Cassie Roku. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, but her name is never brought up here. Oh. We don't know her. Oh, Jules the dog handler's back. She made a video yesterday. I think everyone wants reward fund. I saw her video. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, the way he hijacked that account, that was absolutely effed up. Okay, Turpin versus Mathis. See, we're going back to 99 with this guy, too. Defendant is Tony. He's being sued by someone. Let's see. Shit. Tony Lee Mathis. Breach of contract. It ended up being dismissed. But look, here's Tony, his wife, and then some other guy. He's been served a lot of times. Holy. What is this one? Small claims. Another breach of contract 2024. Or I mean 2014. This guy sued both of him and his wife for breach of contract. I wonder if this had something to do with like a house being built or something. Southwest Missouri Bank. 4 states exteriors. He screwed for his whole fucking house, you guys. Look. Non-sufficient funds. Check number 2085 to 4 states exteriors. Arvis Bank, non-sufficient funds. Wow. Pinnacle Bank, Southwest Missouri. Let's see. He lost. Jesus. These people are just shitbags, you know it? Oh, here's some garnishments. Let's see. What do we got? Total due, 1880, 1,880. Looks like these are all the same. This one is 2680. 2680. Just shitbags, in my opinion. James, let's see what this one is. No garnishments. Dana Mathis took the summons. She must love getting those. Tony, it's a process server again. Remember, Tony was a federal process server? Jesus, how ironic is that? And that was actually on his background. He did do that. He did. He was a process server. But he's sued by tons of people, man. I mean, this guy's just a total POS. What's this one? 04. Countryside Home Loans. Countryside Home Loans. These people. Look at this. They went to serve them. Countryside Home Loans. Look. They went to serve these motherfuckers. No one lives at this address. This is probably when they moved to Oklahoma. Damn, Tony. Damn. Ain't looking good for you. Breach of contract. He got a default judgment. Did he not show up? Southwest Missouri Bank versus Tony and Dana. Yep, look, $4,000. It just goes on and on and on. Department of Revenue. Oh, this is a lien. Department of Revenue Collection Enforcement. To Tony. Certificate of tax lien filed. So he's got a tax lien. $951. You couldn't just pay it? It had to go to a lien? Does this dude pay for anything? Here's Hall's fencing. We got a default judgment there, too. Plaintiff appears in person. Defendant appears not, although duly served. Damages awarded in $1,300 for the guy against Tony. Shitbag Central. State of Missouri. $1,400 for unemployment or something. This guy has avoided jail. Criminal infraction. This is probably traffic. Yeah. Dude doesn't like to wear his seatbelt either. This is the last one. We haven't looked at this one yet. This one is another small claims. Dean's garage door. Plaintiff appears by Dean Beaver. Plaintiff does not appear. Judgment for the plaintiff and against the defendant for $274, which is not a lot, but it just shows a pattern as well. You know, you take into consideration. You know, the same with Betty and her shit, right? But I wanted to play this. I don't know if we have enough. Yeah, I guess we do. We got 1,200 people here right now. Wow. Thank you guys for being here. We only have 500 likes. Can I get you guys to go hit that like button? Because the more that you guys hit that like button, comment, etc., the more people that are going to see this. I want to watch. I have Rapunzel. Maybe, yeah, I have Rapunzel. Listen, so this right here is Pascal's show. And on Pascal's show, he interviewed Tony and Caleb Harris's dad together. Thanks, you guys. Yes, we are going to shut the shit down, Jazz. We are. Any case you get involved in, Tony, we will let everyone know what kind of person you are. We will. We will. Okay, so I've never seen this myself, so we're gonna go through this. This is Tony and Caleb Harris's dad. I just want to see how they behave.
Now, before we bring our guests on the show, this of Caleb Harris, Randy Harris on the show. Please welcome them, y'all. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having us.
Of course. It's an honor to have you guys on. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on.
All right, so I already noticed he's got the dip in his mouth. He just moved it around.
Of the last 24 hours, let's just say. Of course, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit, but I wanted to know a little bit more about Caleb himself. I know you guys
3rd.
have probably answered that question a million times over by many other people, but
so this is a month before Tony allegedly got involved with Seth. Now, Seth says that he talked to these people for 3 weeks before Tony came on the scene, whoever these people are. I think both of these men are a little strange, in my opinion. But this is, like I said, a month before.
For those of the people that are watching the show right now that don't know a whole lot about Caleb, can you give us a little bit of insight of what kind of young man he is? Randy?
Sure. It's hard to start because there's so many good things about Caleb and that we love him. He's a outdoorsman. He loves to get out and fish, obviously, and hunt. He plays guitar. He just loves music. He's got a very, very close-knit group of friends and roommates that they all hang out together. Most of them have grown up together since first grade. And
So do these two guys live by each other, or I thought they worked in separate sectors of their company? I thought Randy was from Texas and Tony was from Oklahoma. Where are they and how are they together, I wonder?
Going to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, he's getting his environmental science degree, and with hopes of going on to doing maybe something outdoors, whether it's a game warden or maybe even environmental law. We've talked about that, and so he's a creature of habit. Everything that he was doing prior to him being missing was just getting ready for the next day, like you said. And he texted me several times that evening. He's very, like I said, creature of habit. So he doesn't just go out and throw a shrimp on the line. He's fishing, hunting for a particular species or whatever. So we go back and forth on which lures to use. And he took a picture of his tackle box and, hey, I'm going to use this, and this tomorrow. Again, like you mentioned, he ordered Uber Eats. And I'm going into the timeline, but
this is already weird to me. I don't know why. Caleb's case has always been weird to me.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, it just shows, the preparedness of what he was doing. He gets 2 Lunchables, a Red Bull, and an apple pie, and that is normal. They get up, Mondays they're a little bit late getting up, and they have later classes, and then always goes out with a friend, whether it's a roommate or one of his other fishing buddies that he's known for a long time. And, they go grab the kayaks, or they get their waders on, and they're going to go wade fishing or whatever, and they target different species. So it's a very calculated, this is what I'm going to do. And then he was also preparing for a summer job in Alaska, working up there, and part of that ties into his major. And so he's ready,
So we have another Alaska mention. Are you kidding me? Barefoot, middle of the night, went poof, vanished. Now we have an Alaska tie and a video game tie. Weird.
Looking forward to doing that. He has already signed his school lease for next year, and getting classes together. And so, he's preparing for the future. And so that's where we were at. But as far as, he's just been a fun loving kid. I mean, I could show you a million pictures of him growing up. He's always outside, always helping people, just growing up in the church. He's always involved with the music. He loves to play guitar and drums, and he can pretty well pick up any kind of string instrument and play it. It is pretty amazing.
Oh, that's so a really gifted kid.
Yes.
Long story short, and a passion for the outdoors, from my understanding.
Yes, sir.
Right. And it's amazing to have that kind of skill. I mean, he's going out and he's hunting for, or fishing for, or going for something very specific. That's an amazing skill. Not a lot of people have that skill. So that's amazing to know a little bit.
Yeah, the fishing is another parallel. And Tony tried to have a sports fishing company. Caleb fish. We got the picture of Caleb with the fish. We got Sebastian with the fish. Sebastian loved to go fishing in the middle of the night. What the fuck?
Bit more about him. And I appreciate you telling me that. What were you going to say?
Doesn't sound like a kid that just walked off, does it, Pascal?
No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. So real quick, the night that he disappeared, I know that we got to go into the timeline and talk about that as well, but I know I might be going a little bit backwards here, but did you find out you found out the very next day, right? The day of his disappearance. So where were you, and how quickly were you on the scene?
We live in New Braunfels, but I was working just south of town.
Who's he looking at? Who are they looking at? Who did he just snark at? Did you see Tony get all snarky?
Backwards here, but did you find out you found out the very next day, right? The day of his disappearance. So where were you, and how quickly were you on the scene?
We live in New Braunfels, but I was working just south of town, and I got a call from my wife, and one of the roommates had called her and said, "Hey, look, this has happened. We can't find him, and we've already called the police." And so I was already an hour south of town, so I immediately got down here, and within just a couple of minutes of getting here, we called the police. They were immediately there, and that's when we really realized that this is different. It's definitely different. And
Tony doesn't even give a shit.
The police officer agreed. He said, "Yeah, this is not right," and immediately posted it as a missing persons nationwide with bolos and everything.
Gotcha. And of course, did they say anything as far as any foul play? Are they suspecting anything of that sort? Because I have yet to see anything as far as reports of it being reports of foul play. Does that make sense?
Oh, here comes Tony.
So technically, the case is still classified as an aggravated missing persons case, but I can tell you definitively it's being investigated as not a missing persons case where somebody runs away. It's if you look at the affiliation of the investigators that are in charge of the case, it's clear that they're not treating it as just a missing persons case. I see.
Can you elaborate a little bit more? Do you mind expanding on how?
Yeah, sure. So you have Corpus Christi Police Department's not huge, but they've got some very, very good detectives. So if this were treated as, let's say, a runaway, you would have one group of detectives. We have homicide detectives working on this case, the same guys that work on trafficking, abductions, and everything else. So we're not dealing with just a tip line and a runaway type case. And in addition to that, we have it's been well broadcast that we have other entities that are heavily involved here. And the FBI, the Texas Rangers, the U.S. Marshal's Office, permission today to share that the Secret Service is involved in this case.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously those are not entities that are involved in a runaway.
Gotcha. I see. Okay. Good to know. That's very, very good to know. And Tony, can you let everybody know a little bit about yourself and your involvement in this particular case?
So I'm a friend of Randy's and the families and a coworker of Randy's. We've been working together for coming up on 3 years, and I got involved initially as more of behind the scenes guy trying to help with social media and some of those things. And, it became apparent that Randy needed somebody to give him a little direction as to.
Oh, yeah, your direction. By the way, I heard today, a source tells me that Tony Mathis reached out to Shannon Gray, the Gonsalves lawyer. Yep. You heard it right. He was grifting back on the Idaho 4 that he could help them.
How to handle some of the publicity and also somebody that had the ability to just be an advocate for the family. And, we're dealing with a lot of situations where if Randy had to navigate these by himself while he's also dealing with the emotional part of his son, I don't think it would be a good situation. So in addition to that, Randy and I are kind of living the same lives. I mean, we work the same type jobs in different territories. And I, like Randy, have an older son that's in college and a younger daughter that's in high school. So about as relatable of a situation as this could be.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand that 110%. So let's talk about this timeline. As far as what we know so far. Okay, so he was hanging out with his buddies. They were playing some video games. They were playing some video games online with another buddy of them. There's out in Colorado. This is from what the reports that I'm seeing. So correct me if I'm saying anything wrong here, okay? Because some of the reporting I understand is not entirely correct or accurate. But they got done playing some video games. They went outside to take the puppy, Jenny, right? The puppy's named Jenny?
Yeah, puppy's named Jenny. Okay. And they'd just been, one of the roommates didn't bring the dog home till late. So it was about 10:30 before they actually saw the dog. So of course they're all excited and it's something they've been wanting to do, get a dog and, have a fishing dog, to go out and kayak with them, stuff like that. And they were getting a life jacket the next day and all that kind of stuff. So that was just something that was fun. And Caleb was playing video games with one of his buddies, goes to school up in Colorado that he grew up with. And that's when, they were outside. So anyway, I'll let you go.
Sure. No, it's fine. But so he was playing.
Is this strange to anybody else or no?
Video games. They took him out. They took the dog outside, Jenny outside, to maybe take a tinkle, do his business, whatever. Maybe for them to even stretch their legs as well. But all three of them were outside, and then they were caught on this caught on this ring cam, right? And and from the looks of it, it seemed like he was having a great night, smiling and just regular, good old fashioned Caleb, right?
Exactly.
So then they go back inside, right? They hang out for a little bit longer. I think you guys have an alert thing going off on there. But where was I?
And Tony's getting texts.
Okay.
Rude.
So they go back inside. Then after a little bit of time, the two buddies that he was hanging out with, the roommate and the friend, basically say, like, they both mutually say, yeah, it's time to go to bed. It's time to turn in. Friend leaves. Roommate goes to bed, but Caleb says, hey, I'm going to get some stuff together for this fishing trip that he's planning on doing the following day, or that following day, right? Correct?
Right.
So, or, because technically it's still the morning of the 4th. So that 4th, he was planning on doing a fishing excursion later on that day.
Correct.
So he ordered some Uber Eats. He bought some Red Bulls, some Lunchables, and you were saying it earlier, and I've heard you say it in many other interviews before, that this is a typical order.
Yeah.
For Caleb.
Let me tell you what he's going to order.
Okay. So he's fairly traditional.
Very.
Okay. Very predictable.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's important for us to know too. Most definitely important to know about that as well. So this is the part where it gets a little weird, for me at least, and maybe for everybody else and maybe for you guys too. But he takes Jenny out for another walk. He sends a Snapchat of a video of him walking Jenny via Snapchat. He sends this video to his sister. Correct?
Correct.
To his sister. And then there's another Snapchat that's taken of this drainage ditch, this bridge over a drainage ditch around 3:03, give or take the time, right before his phone loses signal or phone dies, and then he disappears. So I'm curious about a few things. He took the dog out for a walk, and I'm assuming he went back into the apartment, right, and dropped off Jenny. Correct?
That's what we have right now. Yes.
Okay.
Thanks so much,
So then he walks back out, and from my understanding and from what I've heard from reports from you as well, Randy, is that he walked out barefoot.
That's what we feel like. I mean, even the pictures have him barefooted, and the videos he's barefooted, which is common. And we pretty well accounted for what we feel like is 100% of his shoes. He wears a size 13. In addition to that, the only thing that we can't find was his cell phone. So he had his cell phone, and we have his keys, we have his wallet, we have his truck. Everything's locked up. And again, he just doesn't do stuff like that.
Gotcha. So he left everything behind except his cell phone.
Correct.
Even his shoes. Now I'm curious, because I know there's some people who like to be barefoot. There's some really, there's some people out there that I know. I mean, it's very few, but that like to have their feet planted on the ground, literally. Is he one to walk out of his own place barefoot? Is that a normal thing for him?
I think it would be like for where he's at. I mean, they could walk outside to run, go by their vehicle, get something out of the truck or whatever. And then the front door, which is actually, a lot of people think it's the back door, but the front door is facing the swimming pool in a grass area where, they could take the dog to go to the bathroom or whatever. And there's it's all concrete walkways there. So it wouldn't be uncommon for kids to walk around there barefooted all the time.
Not in the winter.
Yeah, short distances, right? I mean, he's going to go out and grab something out of the truck. He's going to go walk the dog. I mean,
the mailbox is right there.
Yeah, the mailbox. I mean, just typical short distance things. You put on a pair of flip flops. He wasn't much of a flip flop kid. So, I mean, it's just short distance type things.
I see. So if he was to walk that short distance and he left without keys, without his wallet, and if it's not a trip to a car, definitely not a trip to the mailbox. And I'm assuming at that time, the pool is probably closed. What would he be walking out barefoot out there in the first place for at that time of night? Any ideas?
But not any solid ideas. I mean, yes, he had an Uber Eats order coming in. So if he was maybe trying to meet the Uber Eats person, outside, without waking up his roommate or whatever, I mean, we just don't know. I mean, we really don't know.
Right.
So Pascal, think through this situation. You've used the Uber Eats app, I'm sure, DoorDash, whatever.
Right.
When these kids order these Uber Eats orders, they always do contactless delivery. They pay for everything. It's always contactless delivery.
Contactless
so if he
delivery.
That at, let's say 244, 245.
Yeah.
He's got the new dog he's messing with, and he's just basically out killing time until he gets not until he gets the delivery in his hands, but until he gets the alert on his phone that the Uber Eats order has been delivered. He's out walking around killing time. He's Snapchatting his buddy back home. That was the 303 snap. He's just basically out hanging out. I mean, it's 70 some degrees. It's a nice night, and he's an outdoor kid.
Yeah.
So really, when you look at it like that, it's not that abnormal. I mean, it's not necessarily that he was outside to do something. He was probably outside killing time, if that makes sense.
I see. I see. And that could very well be it for sure. But I do have some questions that might not be the most comfortable questions to answer. And I mean this, and I'm asking this with all due respect. It's just questions that I'm curious about that maybe could be wrong, could be right. I don't know. Right. I guess every question is on the table. Right. So he was hanging out with his buddies and all that. Was there any consumption of alcohol at all that night?
Earlier,
that you know of?
Earlier in the night. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Was he a smoker? Did he smoke cigarettes?
No, sir.
Okay. Do we know anything about cannabis? Any type of THC of any type of thing? If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, not much. I mean, he's a college kid, right?
Right. He's 21. He's a college kid. He's 21.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you know, we don't want to make him be anything that he's not.
Of course.
But, you know.
Oh, the dad doesn't look happy talking about the drinking and the smoking pot. I just feel like this kid was doing things that maybe they didn't approve of.
I can tell you that he was a very typical college kid. And,
okay.
You know, so, but that night, it essentially they'd had some drinks earlier in the night. And,
okay.
You know, I mean, you can clearly see they're on a doorbell cam at 12:46. He's of good sound mind and body to be texting his little sister on Snapchat at 2:45.
Right.
So, you know, those are questions that, you know, we've had to go through those questions. And, you know, I've got a 25-year-old son, and I mean, college kids are college kids.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know every single thing they do, but I can tell you that night he was focused on getting that food for his fishing trip the next day.
Gotcha.
There'd been some drinks earlier in the night, but I mean, it wasn't to the point where he couldn't walk the dog or he couldn't communicate with his sister or he.
No, he doesn't like talking about Caleb drinking or doing any kind of drugs. Caleb's dad said in another interview that he had the roommates start cleaning up before the mama got there, before Caleb's mom got to the apartment.
You know, it wasn't anything like that. I mean, it's a Sunday night, right? I mean, he had class the next morning. I mean, you know, we've all been in college and we know the party nights. The party nights, if there is such a thing, are Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And, you know, this is a Sunday night. So
yeah, even with him and the roommates, I mean, they just didn't do that. I mean, yes, he's 21, but you know, he did like, you know, enjoy, you know, like some of the craft IPAs, things like that, but not anything that night for sure that would have impaired him or blacked him out or anything like that. It just didn't happen.
Of course. The only reason why I ask is because he went outside. He was outside for a reason. So in my mind, I keep thinking, well,
why would he say blacked him out? Scotty, right. Why is he talking? Right. I mean, if they're really religious, I mean, sorry about it. It is what it is. You know, I'm not going to sit here and not talk about it because they're really religious. And I mean, honestly, they got to kind of get over it.
If he did smoke tobacco, let's just say that, smokes cigarettes, maybe he can't smoke inside the apartment. So he goes out there to smoke.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or if it's anything else, you know, if he just wanted to, like you just said earlier, Tony, you know, just kill some time, you know, just get out there, be outside, enjoy the fog, enjoy the view, that kind of thing. So of course, you know, those things spark in my mind. And I also wonder if there's somebody who maybe pulled up, if he was picking something up from somebody, so on and so forth, which also leads to my next question. The Ring camera footage that we saw with Jenny, you know, cute dog. Really cute dog. He seemed really happy when he was walking around with this cute little puppy. Definitely a future icebreaker, you know, for future trying to talk to a girl and all that stuff with this cute little puppy.
Right.
So he's there with his fellas. They go back into the apartment. So I'm wondering, is there more footage to that?
So he brings up, you know, a girl. What if this kid was gay? You know what I mean? Anyone know why Randy quit having Tony as a spokesperson? No. I mean, his kid was found. Who knows?
That ring cam footage.
I side-eye everybody involved with Tony.
So I can tell you this. I'll button all of this up for you. So that is what they consider it's technically the back door, which is where they were caught on the Ring doorbell footage. There's not additional footage from that camera because when he went outside to take the dog out by himself, he went out the front door. So that's why there's not additional footage from that camera. In addition to that, so there's some confusion. And just to clear this up for you, because this is where a lot of the reporting issues have come in. where they entered and exited 90% of the time is where they park. So they park their vehicle, they walk in the door. That is technically the back door. The front door is out where the grass was, facing the pool. So there's two reasons he wouldn't have been caught on that camera. One of them is he probably went out the front door, because if he was going to go out the gate to get to the bridge, he would have gone out the front door, closer to the entrance of the apartment complex, whatnot. The other thing is that the Ring camera that caught him at 12:56 with his roommate and his friend playing with the dog, they had to get right up on that camera. Our guess is that she had the sensitivity turned down on it so they didn't constantly get alerts and get woke up.
Yeah.
So he did not ping on that camera or alert the camera until they got right up on that camera. So she got the sensitivity turned down. Even if he would have come out the back door, if he would have come out.
See, I'm not afraid to say if Caleb might have been gay, because I don't see being gay as being such a horrible, bad thing. Obviously, his parents do, but I don't. So I'm not going to sit here and tiptoe around it because they're stuck in, 1950, where you don't talk about it. You just ignore it. You act like it doesn't exist. No.
The door and just went straight down the sidewalk. Probably wouldn't have seen him on that camera, and it was unbelievably foggy that night. I'm talking like 10 to 15 foot of visibility.
Wow. And that's really good to know. But is there any other footage then? Is there any other footage that you guys have seen showing him leave the apartment?
That's the 30-day question.
Wow.
We're looking for footage. We've looked for it ourselves. The department's has been steadfast in looking for it. The real downer in this situation is that Randy and Becky moved their kid into this nice apartment complex. With
the real downer of this situation. And they're saying the Ring camera didn't work.
The thought that it was safe, secure, it was gated, it had cameras. And then after this happens, we find out that the gates are left open at night. None of the cameras work. I mean, it's just an absolute train wreck.
It's interesting because I was just about to ask you about the surrounding areas of that apartment complex. Was the apartment complex, from what I'm hearing, was not in a very secure neighborhood or area? Is that true?
No, I wouldn't say it's a bad area at all.
It's considered a college apartment complex. It's not owned by the school. It's real close to some school owned, I guess upper class, whatever you want to call it, apartments, and it's all along that Ennis Jocelyn. And then also, where that is kind of close to those. But there's nice stuff around there. There's nice homes further down the street. There's new developments going on there. Corpus has pockets, and that particular area is it's fine. I mean, we felt like he was secure.
Wouldn't it be weird as F? And I'm just, token and talking. But what if Tony was like a serial killer, like right in plain sight? Dun dun dun. No, Dog's not in the case. Dog retweeted Nick the Hat's offer of $25,000 reward for Sebastian. Wouldn't that be weird? Put your tinfoil hats on. Hiding in plain sight. Wouldn't that be weird though? Oh God, a couple of you thought, wow, a couple of you have been there. Whoa, Shelly, really? Cheesy? Grape, all of you? What? Wow. I'm glad I said it because a lot of you were thinking that. Wow, why did we all just think that? Shelby. Weird. What happened with Harley Morris? Because he went in there and asked to be part of their spokesperson. Because he's creepy AF. Wow, a lot of our intuitions are the same. What happened to that Harley? I just knew he went in the group and was like, hey, I can help you out. Harley Morris missing. This is Texas? 29-year-old male. He's never been found. Oh my God, I want to find my son. Shortly after that, a man reached out to the family saying he had seen someone matching his... What? It's just like Sebastian, a false sighting. At the Walmart? Wendy said they're reaching out to fishermen to search lakes. What? Harley had a green thumb. Da da da. So what happened? How did he go missing? What? Men don't come up missing like this. This is not the normal, said Wendy Morris. Morris will have been for 3 months this Sunday. He disappeared January 21st outside of 2126 North Grand Avenue, what used to be the 50 Grand Club. In 3 months, there hasn't been any recent developments. So someone on TikTok brought it to light. Who's Holly McLaughlin? Well, what the fuck happened? What was the circumstances? Why aren't they telling me? Oh my God, this is creepy. Area searched. Well, he was wearing shoes. Oh my God, this is creepy. Okay, this is what happened. On January 20th, he clocked out of Prime 102 and walked to a bar. He left the bar at 11:05. He went to the Black Pearl. He left the Black Pearl and went to Sports Zone. At 11:51, he arrived at Sports Zone. He rode with a friend at 1:18. 1:30, they arrived at the 50 Grand Club. 1:38, he called his dad from his friend's phone and told him friends were coming to their house to play pool. 1:38, the four friends arrived at the 50 Grand Club. 2:06. Friend who drove Harley to 50 Grand Club exits club and drives home. Harley told the friend he would get a ride home with someone else. 3:02, four friends exit 50 Grand Club and stand around the entrance. 3:03, Harley exits the 50 Grand Club, talks to friends, tried to show them where his house was on the map on their phone because he invited them to come play pool. 3:05, the four friends walk to their car and get in. Harley goes back to the door. Harley goes back inside because he believed he left his work items inside. He leaves the 50 Grand Club and begins walking on the west side of Grand, going north. At 3:09, 3:11, the four friends leave in their car. 3:16, Harley is captured on residence surveillance camera walking on the sidewalk north on Grand, crossing over 27th Street. And that's it? Weird. Is Tony part of their thing? How do I see the... He's not. Wendy. Oh my God, she lives in St. Petersburg by me. Jennifer Golden. Sheila and Tanja. I don't see him in there. Thank God. Well, he did post in there. RLF, I know, it's nuts. Yeah, maybe they just didn't take his offer up. Oh, and remember Silvers on the scene said that there was some tip in the damn Walmart. God, they just keep going and going.
And then, having a gated community with cameras, you would expect that would be secure, to find out that, the gates don't work half the time and none of the cameras are working.
Yeah, no kidding. That's frustrating.
I can tell you, I told Justin last night, I said, look, I come down here for the first time last week, and I'm looking at all these decisions that Randy and Becky made as far as where to put their kid in school, where to house their kid, and who to put him with as far as roommates. And if you look at the whole situation, I mean, he's a kid that wanted to be in a coastal town because he loves to fish. They put him in a really nice apartment complex, supposedly secure. They put him with 2 phenomenal roommates. And, I've told Randy since then, I mean, that's a situation I would have put my son in, and I would have been blessed for my son to be in that situation. So, part of the surprise in this is that, they felt like they were putting him where he wanted to be, where he felt safe, where they felt safe for him. And, when you see the whole entire situation wrapped together, it really makes even less sense.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. There's so many unanswered questions here. Of course, that's the reason why you guys are here, to talk about this. But at the same time, I mean, it's been 30 full on, well, starting in about 4 hours, less than 4 hours now. It'll be 30 days since Caleb has been missing. So what's the search been like for you guys?
It's been intense. It started immediately, even with the friends that we have right around the apartments. There's also other kids that are literally right across the parking lot that he's grown up with and went to high school with, played football with, all that kind of thing. But even when I got there, I mean, kids were already getting out and doing things, had drones up, just doing all kinds of stuff. And then immediately, we started with the police, and the police brought out, their cadets from the academy, walking hand to hand around, the creek. The creek did not have water in it so much because it hadn't rained. So it was pretty much just muddy,
right.
You wouldn't just walk in it. The search and rescue dive team came out, no dive tanks or anything like that. They just had their wetsuits on, and they're walking hand to hand, covering the entire creek bottom. It's a rough area because it's a lot of marshland, a lot of thick brush, and so it's a complicated area to search. But we start at ground zero and just start working our way out. Upwards of probably even that day 2 to 5 miles that day, and we had Texas search and rescue there as well, and then of course all the police. We had college kids. We had San Antonio search and rescue as well. Came on board a little bit after that, and they've been searching. Every time we get an idea or a place to send them, they go, and they've been incredible, doing that. Additionally, we were blessed with a gentleman that had a helicopter, and he donated that time, and so I spent about 12 hours in a helicopter last week, covering a massive amount of territory. You can do so much more, with a helicopter, and we're flying 5, 10, 15 feet off the ground. We see something, we're hovering right over it.
Right.
And we made a lot of what I would call progress. We didn't find him, so that was progress.
Right. Wow.
Wow. We didn't find him, so that's progress. Isn't that what Seth said too? And he was all happy. Well, we didn't find him, so that's good news.
I mean, yeah, I got to tell you a funny story about that pilot. His name was Randy too, and I called him Crazy Pilot Randy, and then I called this Randy Passenger Randy the day that I was with him. And this guy would take this helicopter, and he would land the bottom of the helicopter in the tree branches. And I told Randy, I said, I don't know if the guy is talented or crazy or both, but
he was amazing. And honestly,
it was wild.
Excellent pilot, never once scared me at all. I mean, I was totally
comfortable.
Yeah, and just a blessing to have somebody donate something like that we were able to just really cover a lot of ground, and just a blessing to have that.
What I found interesting with the guy too, what I found interesting with him is, anywhere you go, you can find a rich guy with a plane or a helicopter, and he wants to be in the middle of something, and he wants to donate something to make himself feel good. This guy was not that guy. This guy was kind. He was a hardworking farmer. And the entire time we were in that helicopter, his eyes were peeled. I mean, he was not just showing off that he was a great helicopter pilot. I mean, this guy was looking at Yeti cups on the ground, and
why do we care about Yeti cups? Aren't we supposed to be talking about Caleb?
I mean, he was plugged in, it was really, it was a blessing.
That's amazing. But I mean, having that kind of person with that kind of expertise and that kind of focus and that kind of energy is amazing. And that's what you want with all the volunteers and all the organizations that are going out there contributing their time in trying to find Caleb. So I commend crazy pilot Randy for being so crazy and dope of a pilot. That's incredible. So then tell me this then, what's up with crazy pilot Randy? Is he still taking rounds with you, or did he
he's on standby though.
Yeah, he is. He really is. I actually have another gentleman from New Braunfels that has a very, very similar helicopter that's also said, hey, I'm on standby. We've also had lots of people with boats ready to go. It's just amazing. I mean, really is. Corpus Christi has really come out, but not only Corpus Christi. I mean, our family, friends, family, my wife, my daughter, and they've been my rock through all this. And we've been just blessed by the outpouring of love from people we don't even know, people we haven't seen in 30 years. The volunteers have been amazing, and it's just been an incredible time of bonding with people that you just don't even know, and you hate to come together and things like that, but it's pretty amazing, to see just all the kids that came out and still engaged. If we need them, they're there. I mean, we can, if we get a tip, we've got an army of people that are ready to go. And it's not just here. I mean, it's San Antonio, our families, family, friends, churches in New Braunfels. I've got family in other areas and friends all over the country that are just really bonded together. And even right now, we're getting the reward flyer out to as many people as we possibly can to get it posted. And we had somebody donate billboards today. We've had billboards donated in New Braunfels. Just an incredible amount of people helping.
That's amazing. That's really, really amazing.
Here we are with billboards in this one too.
I'll go back to the ring or the cameras too, if you don't mind.
Sure.
We're still looking for cameras. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Somebody's got to have a video out there, and it may not just be Corpus Christi. I mean, even though this is the epicenter of this, we're still begging people to take some time. 2 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock a.m. It takes 5 minutes to look through your ring camera or your surveillance camera, and it's got to come up somewhere. We're trying to find that true north.
Absolutely. That's the thing that's kind of driving me nuts, is that so far, at least what has been released so far, is just him walking with the dog with his buddies before he disappeared. So, and I understand that there's fog and all that. I get all that. Trust me. But at the same time, I'm going, where's the rest of the footage? There's no security cam footage anywhere, no convenience store footage, no intersection footage, no nothing. It just seems a little bit crazy to me that there's no footage. Sorry, say again?
Especially in 2024.
Right, exactly. So can we talk about this too? Did he leave? Have dogs been, unleashed as far as like tracking dogs, anything of that sort? Have they found, and you're nodding your head, so that's a yes. So did they find any trail, any trace of any type of scent for Caleb?
No, we've had different types of dogs involved, and from Godiva dogs to bloodhounds, and we got scents from his apartment, his truck, and none of them have been able to pick up anything.
Interesting. A few other questions about him personally.
None of the dogs have been able to pick up anything.
Okay. Sorry to shift so hard, but I do have to ask these. Does he have a significant other, a girlfriend of any kind?
No, his real focus was been college and hunting and fishing. I mean, during the winter they love to duck hunt. So a lot of times, I mean, the boys I've even questioned them sometimes, like, where are y'all? But they're asleep by 8 o'clock because they're waking up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning to get out to the duck blind. So during the winter, they're fishing before school, or they're duck hunting before school.
Right.
So, and that's what they like to do. I mean, and he absolutely loves duck hunting. And so, I mean, it's just, that's what they do. Yeah.
He was focused on his passions and what he wanted to build his career on. Right. So that does make sense.
Girlfriends, yes, but it just right now it was kind of like, you know what, I'm going to focus on school. I'm going to focus on my passions right now, and right. I'm sure that with most guys that changes overnight. But
right, no, of course, and any given Saturday you never know. But still, I am kind of curious about those things because, and I hate to ask you this, but has he ever had any history of any type of mental struggles or anything of that sort?
No, not at all. Just no history of anything like that. No, ailments at all. I mean, he's just a very healthy. As a matter of fact, he's extremely healthy.
Gotcha. Because I understand that we're all people. We all do different things. One day we want to do something 15,000 times the same way over and over and over again. And then suddenly one day we switch things off and do something completely different. That's just who we are and the idiosyncratic things of being human, right? Mm-hmm. But I am kind of curious about, I know he's very predictable. Has he ever done anything like this, like that's erratic or anything unpredictable that's been a little bit out of character in the past?
No, he really hasn't. I mean, that's the hard part about this is he's not, he's kind of a home body to begin with. I mean, if they weren't out in the bay somewhere doing something, I mean, they're in their apartment. They don't go out and party and all that kind of stuff. They have a few good restaurants they like to go to, and then they're at the apartment. They're playing video games, they're studying, going to the school studying, and like I said, Caleb was normally the first one to crash out, and just real typical. There's nothing nothing like he would never just run away or never go do anything sporadic like that. He's very creature of habit.
Right, a creature of habit. I got you. I got you. Can we talk about law enforcement for a second? Because I know that. Well, how have they been as far as their transparency with you? The communication line, has it been solid or has it been a little staticky?
I was.
Wait, what did he say?
I will say that we've have a lot of trust in them, and we do, and we have to, because
communication line, has it been solid or has it been a little staticky?
That's where I get kicked under the table.
I will say that
Something about kicking under the table when asked about law enforcement.
As far as their transparency with you, the communication line, has it been solid or has it been a little staticky?
That's where I get kicked under the table.
That's where I get kicked under the table. Like, don't say, wow.
I will say that we've have a lot of trust in them, and we do, and we have to, because they're doing a hard job, and we've always been back the blue 100%, and so that's we know that they've got a tough job, and I think Tony can attest to that. And what do you want to say?
Well, I mean, we 100% we back the guys in blue, and these guys do have a tough job. We got a little grief today because I told them on the live last night I was going to bust them up a little bit, but we did have a good conversation today, and we created some expectations on our end on the family.
Wow. Do you think he blackmailed Harris about Caleb's sexuality? Oh, he's made some comments too, alluding to Caleb's sexuality. He also put out there that Caleb's dad had the roommates clean up the apartment.
Family's end, and I told him, I said, look, I said, we didn't come in here unprofessional, but I said, there's some things that we want to discuss, and there's some things that we'd like to know. And we believe that there's some things that the family deserves to know, not anything that's going to compromise the case, but, just in general. I mean, is there some good things going on here, or has this just been 30 days of nothing? And I said, we've got Randy's wife, Becky, and their daughter, Andy, back there, and they're on him every day for what's going on. And, you're not giving him much here. So, let's take your detective hat off for a minute. Let's put your father hat on. And if your son were in this situation, would you want the response to simply be, well, it's an ongoing investigation? Okay. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
No kidding.
The lady that had the dog stolen 3 months ago, that's an ongoing investigation too. I mean,
Nice grill, Tony. You're a fucking buffoon.
They found a happy medium and a better way of communicating between.
I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
No kidding.
The lady that had the dog stolen 3 months ago, that's an ongoing investigation too. I mean,
Screenshot that. Douchebag Central. Douchebag Central. Ooh, Morgan, I had that thought before too. What if Tony blackmailed to talk about Caleb's sexuality?
You ain't wrong, though.
Sin.
No, you ain't wrong. But okay, so now you guys had a meeting today and have basically kind of laid out the ground rules, found a happy medium and a better way of communicating between you guys and law enforcement, correct?
Absolutely. It was a phenomenal meeting today. It was absolutely a phenomenal meeting. We were there almost 2 hours.
And quite honestly, if I have a question or if I've had something come up, maybe we've had a lead or maybe somebody saw Caleb or whatever, there's been good open communication to be able to call one of the police chiefs or one of the detectives or the marshal, depending on what we may have, hey, what about this? What about that? And so the communication has been there. But I think the hard part for us is, like Tony said, is we're 30 days into this and we don't really, where are we at? What are we doing? And so today was good, a good time to, really come together and kind of understand each other. And so I think it was a good meeting.
Yeah, we had a really, really good conversation. I told you this earlier today. We had a really good conversation with Joe Petito yesterday. who's Gabby's father, who's an
Yes.
absolutely just a
Joe Petito again. Hashtag foundation. Hashtag tax-free foundation. He tried all the LLCs that he could think of. Wow. Bringing Joe Petito into your mess, Tony. You tried to get the Gonsalveses and that didn't work. A
phenomenal individual.
Yes, he is.
And, we got a little advice from him on, hey, I mean, Joe was kind of a bulldog, right? And we said, hey, how do you feel like we ought to handle these guys? You think we ought to rough them up a little bit, or you think we ought to, and his remark was definitively, you have to hold them accountable. So, and what I told the guys today is I said, hey, we back you guys. We support you guys. And if you guys feel like that you're doing a good job and you want us to feel like you're doing a good job, then you should not have issue with us holding you accountable. And we are going to hold you accountable.
I one thing about Joseph Petito is he keeps it real.
Ooh.
And I love that guy. He's a good man. He's a good man. He's a good friend of the show. Good friend of the show. But what were you saying? I'm so sorry.
I was just say they encourage to continue pushing for social media and the news media as well. I mean, they encourage that. They were not against it at all, and because they know that you just never know. Something said, something here, whatever. The media is certainly a tool.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We had some private conversations too about I was trying to get Randy up to speed with with not only with your show, because I've been a member of your show for a long time. You probably didn't know that.
I did not know.
But I was.
And I'm sorry.
Well, and I followed the Gabby case, and I really followed the Idaho 4 case. And I told Randy I was trying to get him up to speed with he knew of Gabby's case, didn't know much about Joe, didn't know much about the Laundry family, didn't know much about the Idaho 4. And I said, I think where we need to be is somewhere in between Joe Petito and Steve Gonsalves. I said somewhere in between there.
It's safe to be.
Oh my God.
Bing bang.
Y'all, there is not enough weed for this. There's not enough weed in this entire world for this. We need to be somewhere between Joe Petito and Steve Gonsalves. I knew it. Knew it.
Be right in the middle. Somewhere in between is safe.
Right.
I definitely can see what you're trying to do there, what you're saying.
Yeah, can you, Pascal? Because that's creeped
Trying
out.
to get him up to speed with he knew of Gabby's case, didn't know much about Joe, didn't know much about the Laundry family, didn't know much about the Idaho 4. And I said, I think where we need to be is somewhere in between Joe Petito and Steve Gonsalves. I said somewhere in between there.
It's safe to be right in the middle. Somewhere in between is safe.
Right.
I definitely can see what you're trying to do there, what you're saying there, for sure. And obviously you guys are doing that now, right? You guys are doing more and more podcasts, more and more interviews, getting Caleb's name out there, doing as many interviews as you can. But I do know that it can get messy. These social media streets can get a little crazy. So I'm just letting you guys fair warning. You have been warned, but at the same time, it's a necessary evil, unfortunately, when it comes to getting your son's name out there and getting the justice and the truth of where your son is, really. So that's all I can say about the social media side. It can be a very beautiful thing, and it can really be a crazy thing too. So
and we're blessed there. I mean, we always try to thank. We've got the Facebook page that we've kind of partnered with and supported, and it's run by Nicole and Priscilla and Christine, and we owe them a huge thanks. We got Christine, our third. We got one admin and 2 moderators, so we've got 3 people on there now policing that. And this week has been.
We got 1 admin and 2 moderators. We made some progress, guys.
And really a good week. It's I think the crazies took the week off. And,
right.
So we owe the 3 of them definitely a thanks. And then Randy kind of mentioned the company name, but we've had Nina with her crew down here searching, and we certainly owe her and her crew a thank you. And and just all the people praying and supporting the family, supporting Becky and Andy back home too. I mean, they've got an absolute cavalry of support, back in New Braunfels, and we're thankful for that as well.
Yeah, no, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, it takes a village, right? It takes a village. It takes a full-on team, all hands on deck to do this.
Yeah,
this is a very
Nina
tough
the
thing.
felon.
I mean, given the fact that you guys have gone and have been running nonstop for almost 30 days, that's a lot.
Yeah.
How has it been for you guys personally?
He wants to monopolize families of missing people. He wants to monopolize get them to sign contracts to work with his foundation. Yep, huge scam. That's the long-term goal, I think.
It's hard. It's hard, but you know, God's given us adrenaline,
Poor
just
Randy.
continue going. And that's our faith.
Poor Randy. Damn it.
We had really a cool night tonight. I'll jump in and kind of lighten it up a little bit, but
You're a piece of shit, Tony Mathis. How dare you take advantage of this guy's grief?
Everybody knows his two roommates' names. They're out there everywhere, Drew and Josh, and phenomenal kids. And we told them when we were in town this week that we wanted to take them out to dinner. And, we ended up, the Italian place we wanted to eat was closed. So we've been blessed to stay at a place here that's on a water inlet. And the boys, just like Caleb, are big into fishing. So we brought the roommates over tonight, ordered some pizza, cut up a little bit, poked at each other a little bit and did a little fishing. And I mean, it was, they actually just walked out. We're trying to be
poked at each other a little bit.
Quiet when you got the interview started, but I think when I tell you these boys are broken, they're broken.
Yeah.
And I think it was absolutely incredible to have them over here hanging out so we could be there for them. They could be here for Randy. And I mean, it was a cool night. I mean, I think they needed it badly. And not talking about the case either. I mean, talking about fishing, whatever, and just being guys. And then Randy just getting to see Caleb's friends and not have to talk about the case, just hanging out. It was really a cool night.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, Steve Gonsalves is the father of Kaylee Gonsalves, who was murdered in the University of Idaho murders. It's her dad.
Today's been good. I mean, it's been a good day for morale. And we went to the school and dropped off flyers at the school. And I mean, we had a whole group of kids around us praying. I mean, just literally, let's pray with you. And then there was a Facebook post where they were praying live right there on the campus. So that means a lot.
Yeah. I can only imagine. This is, I'm sure,
hey,
putting
Regina,
a strain on you guys because it's just every day, right? And you're praying every day. You're doing everything you can. All the energy that is just that you put in just to even get out of bed and get on your feet is even spent on trying to find Caleb. So it is really, really refreshing, I'm sure, when you get to see other people that are joining hands, either in prayer or in just trying to search for Caleb. What about the organizations? Are there any organizations that are helping you guys out? Any EquiSearch,
Tony's
any of that sort?
Yes, we had Texas Search and Rescue, or TexAR. They were here. EquiSearch also came in. We've had a lot of other organizations that wanted to help. The biggest thing is again back to finding true north. It's hard to tell people where to go because we don't know where to go. And so that's been the tough thing is we do have all the support and people want to. I mean, I got people calling me all day long. Hey, where can we go? What can we do? And right now we're because we've searched so much in the epicenter of Corpus Christi and all around Corpus Christi. The search is now more of a street search. Getting those flyers out, talking to people, going to restaurants, going to wherever we need to go. Whether it's hotels or in San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston, and on. It's getting that public knowledge that we've needed so bad is finally picking up some momentum, and that's why we appreciate you having us on this tonight because it's awareness that we fully believe Caleb. We're going to see him again. We have hope. I mean, that's what we have, and that's what we're clinging on to. And I've got that. Me and my wife have that gut family feeling, along with our immediate family, that we're going to see him soon.
I hope so too. I think we're all clinging on to hope that you get to see his smiling face again, right?
Absolutely.
You get to go fishing with him again.
Absolutely.
Or do that one thing. I'm sure that you're telling yourself, man, when I get him, when I find him, we're going to do this as soon as I see him, without a shadow of a doubt. We're not going to hesitate. We're not going to stop anything. We're not going to pump the brakes. We're just going to go and do it.
Absolutely.
Have you thought about that, Randy?
Yeah, we do. I mean, my wife and I both are we're looking forward to seeing him and loving on him and
hey, Ryan,
continuing what he wants to do and developing Caleb. That's our job as parents is we want to see them be successful. We want to see them grow, and I'm sure that we'll be staying real close to him.
Absolutely. I mean, you want to keep a close watch on your legacy.
Close watch on your legacy. You know what? He probably did try to reach out to Riley Strains. But remember, Riley Strains, they had a professional. Caleb was found, oh my gosh, in a, what do you call that? A sewer system? The wastewater system?
So
Right.
I understand that. I fully understand that.
Absolutely.
You want to see your art continue to blossom and develop and grow. It's a very beautiful and wonderful thing to do that. As a father, I totally can relate for
We're
sure.
just proud of them from the time they learn to ride a bike to catching their first fish or listen to their first strum on a guitar. That's what we live for. I mean, and so for this to happen is devastating and
incomprehensible.
It just, I mean, it's a parent's worst nightmare.
Absolutely.
And it's very difficult, but we have our faith, and that's what's keeping us going. And we love the Lord, and so does He, and we're just gonna get through it.
I'm praying for you guys for real. Couple more questions. As far as the DoorDash driver, I know that they've been cleared, correct?
100%.
100%.
There's been another car that was driving in the parking lot or in that apartment complex around that 3 o'clock time.
Not involved.
Not involved. They were there visiting a girlfriend or something like that in passing, correct?
And then went back to work in San Antonio. Cleared, not involved at all.
So aside from those two vehicles, the Uber Eats and that guy who was coming in to see his girlfriend, were there any other vehicles that were passing in and out of the
I can tell you definitively there were, because we saw some other vehicles on a doorbell cam 2 days ago. And I talked to, and police have this footage, but I talked to these two young girls. One of them was from West Texas and the other one was from San Antonio area. And they were roommates. And they said, I asked them, I said, 3:30 in the morning, Monday morning, one of the girls.
What girls? You talking to what? You talking to college girl? What?
His girlfriend. Were there any other vehicles that were passing in and out of the
I can tell you definitively there were, because we saw some other vehicles on a doorbell cam 2 days ago. And I talked to, and police have this footage, but I talked to these two young girls. One of them was from West Texas and the other one was from San Antonio area. And they were roommates. And they said, I asked them, I said, 3:30 in the morning, Monday morning, one of the girls, I said, is it common for cars to be moving around at that time? And the girl said, well, I work at a bar, and if I'd have been working, I'd have been moving through here at that time. And she said, it's not super common, but she said, in a period of, 15 to 30 minutes, I mean, there'll be several cars coming in and out of here. There's just people with different lifestyles and different, just like Caleb, different creatures of habit, but their normal is different than somebody else's normal.
Gotcha. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, even Caleb, I mean, he didn't have a job right now because we wanted to focus on school. But when he was working last semester in summer, he was working at a movie theater. So it wasn't uncommon for him to get home at 2 o'clock, because the movies go late, then they got to clean the theater and all that kind of stuff. So, I hated that, but that was the norm on a Friday or Saturday night. He's, it's 1 or 2 before he gets 2:30 before he gets home.
Right. I mean, it's a college area, right? So I can understand that.
Very
Just being,
area.
yeah.
I mean, just people everywhere walking their dogs, doing stuff.
You're right. Even at 3.
Beach area too.
Yeah, it's a beach. He loves to surf too.
Beach area too.
Yeah, even at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, even at 3 o'clock in the morning. Tony, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, it's a beach area. It's a college town. I mean, they've got. I mean, everybody knows what Whataburger is. If you got a Whataburger, there's somebody up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No doubt.
Yeah, they're open 24 hours. That's the place to go.
Yeah, no doubt.
What?
So I do have a couple questions from the family chat I want to grab here. So Tequila in Crime asks,
Yeah, what was that all about with the girls? They were roommates, but they live on opposite sides of the state. Why is he talking to these young girls? Creep town.
Or says, blessings to you all. This mama heart cannot imagine my baby's missing. Bring Caleb home. Thank you so much, Tequila. Crystal, thank you so much. Fog was thick. Does law enforcement think maybe a hit and run, but they took the body elsewhere to avoid being caught?
They actually brought that up today, but it was ruled out pretty quick, just simply because it's impossible, if it's a hit and run that's bad enough to do that kind of damage, for there to be no evidence. And, not only would there have been some visual evidence, but there would have been some dogs that would have hit on that. And I think they ruled that out pretty quickly.
Yeah. Good question, though. Solid question. Because, I mean, I hate to say that, right? And I say that with all due respect, but everything's basically still on the table because nothing's been canceled out, right? That there's.
Well, I think there's some things that have been canceled out, right? So now we know the hit and run's been canceled out. I mean, when you start an investigation like this, you start with everything is inside the circle until you push it out, right?
Right.
So the hit and run's been ruled out, the family's been ruled out, the roommates have been ruled out, the Uber Eats driver's been ruled out. So a lot of the people that were close to the case or that had contact with him in that last hour or so, a lot of those people have been ruled out. I think it's more so that there's not a lot of feasible options left after that, and that's kind of where we're at now.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And you're right. That question at least is off the table now, right? There's still a bunch, but we're slowly chiseling away each question, each possibility, and hopefully we're able to debunk or confirm those theories one at a time, right?
And those are good. And those are good questions. The prayers first, and then that question. If I could get a message out and have you help us deliver a message, in addition to, hey, we got a $50,000 reward. Hey, we want everybody to check the Ring doorbell cameras. I mean, most importantly, the message I'd like.
Oh, interesting. $50,000 reward. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit it.
To deliver to everybody that's watching is that the people that are out here playing these games on social media, and these people that are doing hurtful things to the family and playing April Fool's jokes and trying to get personal and trying to do these things. I mean, look, folks, let me tell you something. It's a very, very, very good thing that you're behind the keyboard. I can tell you that because it's not a game. This is somebody's family. This is real for them. The reason you're able to get on a Facebook page or some other kind of page and act crazy is because somebody's child's missing. So, before you get on there and with a fake profile or under an anonymous name and start getting crazy, just remember that, this could land on your doorstep. And how would you want other people to react if this were your life? So it's definitely not a game. And I would ask everybody out there to, if you see somebody turning this into a game, whether it be live, visually, social media or whatever, I mean, hey, be a brother or sister to the family and shut it down, because there's just no place for it.
You know what? I approve this message all day long. I approve this message.
I think it was the GoFundMe.
So all you guys that are out here talking trash, you need to shut it. Okay, I'll translate it, because you said it very diplomatically. So I'll translate it for everyone else in the nosebleed seats. Okay, be kind out here. This is a real life that we're talking about. These are real families that we're talking about for real. Okay, and so thank.
That's what I was thinking. Wood Fairy, is that an underhanded jab?
Thank you so much for saying that, Tony. J1, thank you. Says, can you ask Mr. Harris if they've talked to Riley Strain's family? That's actually very
too soon.
No. Not yet.
Too soon for the Strain family.
Okay, gotcha.
They need a little bit of time to heal.
Gotcha.
Oh, shut up, Tony.
Well, you let me know, because I do have that contact information. I can connect you guys, no problem, because I'm sure there's stuff that they went through that maybe they can help
Lord
you.
have mercy.
So on and so forth, right? And they are active right now, so maybe it's not too soon. Just so you guys know, because I just talked to Riley Strain's family friend this morning, and they're still very active in trying to get clarity and just understanding everything. Just so you guys know, no pressure. T-Rev, thank you. We will spread the word. Good interview, Pascal. Thank you. We are praying for you. Thank you so much for the prayers. Tequila, again, thank you so much. Please have them reach out to Houston news channels, because we have seen zero coverage of this so far. Can we talk about this for a second?
Channel 13 is getting ready to do a story in Houston.
Thank you. Okay, good. Because I'm wondering what the heck is going on here, and why is it taking it's so doggone long for any coverage on Caleb? I've seen, shout out to News Nation. I think you guys have been on Nancy Grace, if I'm correct, Court TV?
Fox and Friends.
I've not done Court TV, but we did Fox and Friends.
Well,
Oh, so they actually got on Fox and Friends.
You're about to be on Court TV. I'll make sure that happens, Dag Nabbit.
Who did you just ask us if we wanted to talk to, though?
Court TV.
No. Who'd you ask me if we wanted to talk to? Somebody asked me if we'd reached out to who?
Oh, Houston.
Riley Strain's family.
Riley Strain's family, yes.
So when we're talking about, why we got stuck not getting, media attention, I mean, Riley went missing 4 days after Caleb went missing, but, Nashville's a major media market. And there was a lot of visual evidence in that case. And there was more intriguing things. If you're a true crime person, there was things to talk about, things to go off of. There was an active search. There was a credit card found by the river. I mean, there was things to pull people in, and in all of that, we kind of got lost in the shuffle. But we're gaining momentum now.
Absolutely.
I will say the local Corpus Christi TV channels did come out immediately, and we've done several interviews with them, and they've been great. And San Antonio as well. We've got some really good people in San Antonio that have done some wonderful interviews, and are even continuing to check up on us. From a personal basis. My daughter had her birthday during all of this, and so they reached out. Hey, be sure and wish her a happy birthday and things like that, and that means a lot. We've had Austin channel as well. But we've got to continue having that next level. And
you can be the one to break this, but we're going to be on Banfield tomorrow night, and that's huge for us. We're looking for her and Brian Enton both, so that's a great one.
Oh yeah, I mean
oh my God, they were trying to get Brian Enton.
Two powerhouses in the realm of missing persons, the true crime realm, and all that stuff as well. So they do really, really great. Shout out to Brian Enton and Ashley Banfield. Absolutely. Good. I'm happy to hear that. That's fantastic. That makes me happy. That makes me really happy. No, seriously, because as soon as it I should get paid for this. But anyway, when I say this stuff, but when you go over there, especially on Banfield show, it just explodes. It just explodes. So I'm very, very happy to hear that is happening. Because I know you guys have done some interviews with Brian Enton on other. I thought you didn't.
Not yet.
No, we have been after Brian Enton, and he's obviously he was on the Riley case for a while, then he got pulled off, and but
We've been after Brian Enton. Yes, we know. Since Idaho 4, your ass has been on Brian Enton. Did Tony have a nose job or something? It's like he can't breathe through his nose.
We have been after Brian Enton, and he's obviously he was on the Riley case for a while, then he got pulled off, and but we talked to the producers tonight, and they told us that Banfield's tomorrow, and Brian Enton's coming right after that, and they assured me of that. So, and we're big News Nation fans.
Yeah, we've done several. I mean, even Chris Como was actually the second day. I mean, I did an interview with him. We'd been searching all day and literally on the highway interview. I pulled over to the side of the road and we did an interview, and he was really, it was really nice, and it was just a great opening to this world.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Cuomo was Chris Cuomo. So I'm a fan. So that's great. That is really, really great. And I'm happy that, first off, that the ball is finally moving, right? It's definitely picking up some momentum, like you just said, Tony. The word is getting out here. People are getting to know about Caleb, getting to see his face and all that. And that's one of the reasons why we are here, right? Why you are here on the show with me, talking about this, blessing me with your time, because I know you guys could be sleeping right now, getting that much needed R&R, plotting and getting ready for your next day, for the next day's search, etc. So it does mean a lot that you guys are here. Crystal says, ruled out gives us hope. God bless you both. I don't know what that first part meant, but
so maybe that was some kind of Pascal code language or something.
Yeah, that was not from me. I will say that is not one of my sayings, but I appreciate you saying God bless you. Tequila. It is ridiculous that they have not covered this so far. It makes me so upset for you guys. Houston is not far at all. ABC 13 is the one to reach out to. So ABC 13 definitely is one to reach out to. Now, do you have somebody that's doing your media as far as reaching out to media reporters, etc. at all?
We do. Okay. I've been handling most of that. We've changed our philosophy on who we're going after and how we're going after them, and we've kind of got a blend now of outside of Corpus stations, so regional stations. Most of the other traditional stations we're shooting for nationwide coverage. Mm-hmm. We're doing a lot in the TikTok and YouTube community.
Going off and shooting for it. Look at Randy's like, fuck, man, what have I gotten myself into?
Reporters, etc. at all?
We do. Okay. I've been handling most of that. We've changed our philosophy on who we're going after and how we're going after them, and we've kind of got a blend now of outside of Corpus stations, so regional stations. Most of the other traditional stations we're shooting for nationwide coverage. Mm-hmm. We're doing a lot in the TikTok and YouTube community. So we're averaging about probably 2 interviews a day the last few days, and I'd say that's a conservative number. And we're not afraid to turn interviews down anymore either. I mean, some of the same local things that really helped us in the beginning get us started and whatnot, but we're a little more selective as to who we do stories with. No different than on your platform. I mean, we're not really interested in doing an interview with everybody on YouTube, as you can understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
We also, in addition to what Tony's done, is we've had a lot of really close friends of the family that have jumped on board and done some unique things to get some things rolling, as well as our family. I mean, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law's sisters, they've all done different things to get the media going, and so that's we've reached out to a lot of just personal friends and family that may know somebody, right. and even close friends that may know somebody somewhere, and that's been a big help, and also some guidance from some family friends that have been district attorneys and things like that have helped us to understand the system, because it's when you're thrown into something like this, you just don't necessarily understand what's going on in the background. And
absolutely,
we've been blessed with some close family friends that have been able to help us in that area as well.
Absolutely.
Why is this entity involved? Why is this entity involved? Why aren't we getting this? Why is this person involved, but he's not talking to me? I mean, just little things like that.
Yeah. So I guess my question is then, his cell phone. His cell phone was with him when it's not at the house or at the apartment.
Correct.
Have you guys dove into his phone? Have you gotten into his phone records to see what was going on? Maybe he was on some sort of app talking to somebody, X, Y, and Z, to rendezvous somewhere. Is there any pieces of information on that at all?
The authorities have all of that. They took the MacBook early on. More recently, they took the iPad and Apple Watch. I kind of wish they'd taken the iPad first, because obviously it mirrors the iPhone more than the MacBook does. Mm-hmm. But they have it all, and trust me when I tell you, they've got some real horsepower going into that stuff, from the forensic teams, all the way to the FBI, to the Secret Service and everybody else. So I would venture to say that every keystroke that's been made on those devices,
hey, momming it up.
Gotcha.
This is weird.
I hope we can get something. I mean, I keep thinking that obviously we only see that one ring cam video and that's it, right? And I'm wondering if there's more footage if they, and I know that you guys are asking for everyone to look at their ring cam footage, look at the security cam footage, shoot even Teslas, because Teslas their security cameras run 24/7.
That's a good suggestion. We actually had that suggestion from a close friend, and unfortunately there was only one Tesla in the entire apartment complex. But yeah, you're right. The Teslas do have that capability in it, and that's a great thing to be looking out for sure.
Yeah, just something to think about, because you just never know, right? Or any of these other cars that are out here that are all souped up with all these bells and whistles. Maybe there's something there, maybe there's not, but I just hope that police have more footage or more information out here. Are they looking into areas of water? Have they started to go through that kind of excursion yet?
Not so much anymore.
Not anymore. We did have the Texas Parks and Wildlife with their airboats and volunteer boats and things like that in the very beginning, and then it really kind of eliminates it when you get in a helicopter, because we explored every body of water here, up creeks, reservoirs, down the beach. We have a massive amount of beach area with sand dunes, things like that. We explored in detail a lot of that, and that was the advantage of having the helicopter, because we could go so far with that you can't go. And actually, there's a little bay that's near the apartments that they never fish in, because it's kind of a trashy bay area, and it's too shallow and stuff like that. But they were able to get airboats in there, and even search and rescue did dives around the bridge area, the causeway areas, the bridges, some submerged bridges. So there has been a water assault, but the helicopter was really a big advantage to that. And
Did you guys know that Pascal's production company is called Beautiful Beef? Beautiful Beef. BEEF.
Our search and rescue teams, they've hit a lot of the areas. Even the roommates that same day, there was a report of possible sighting, and they were putting their waders on and they ran. I mean, they were gone for 3 hours, trudging through mud at a certain bridge, and that's the passion that these kids have had.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. I'm hoping that we're getting some sort of clarity here very soon. And I really think that, one, I know that you guys have pumped up a lot the reward to $50,000.
Oh,
I know
the
Tony,
reward.
you just mentioned it a little bit ago, so I wanted to bring it up again really quick. It's $50,000. Can you expand? Can you, Randy? Do you mind?
All right, I'll Google it for you. You ready? Here we go. Pascal Show. Beautiful Beef. Beautiful Beef Collection. See? Beautiful Beef. Look. This is his other channel that has 2,000. What? I've never seen this. Beautifulbeef.com. Comedy, music, entertainment. A creative production team based in St. Louis. What's this?
Babe. Babe. Babe, were you here?
Is he an actor? What's going on? What the fuck? Y'all, what the fuck? Does he not have voicemail? Fuck.
Baby.
The fuck? Dude, fuck that. What was that? Oh my God, that's scary. What the fuck? Pascal at beautifulbeef.com. You can't make it up, folks. You can't make it up. Okay, let's go to videos and then let's go to oldest. Beautiful beef. Spilt milk. So he was an artist? Spilt milk? Gross?
Spilt milk. Paul. He always used to say that, spilt milk.
The hell is this, dude?
So quick to fight to prove each other wrong.
What the pure fuck?
Blind ourselves with hate and frustration.
Dude, this is some dark shit.
I don't want to remember because it hurts.
What the? What's going on?
I don't want to remember because it hurts to remember. Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
What is going on?
I love you so much. Why? Why would she do that? Oh my God. Oh my God.
The fuck? I don't even really know what to say right now. That's his wife? Okay. Don't chase the money. What is this?
What's up, guys? Once again, it's Pascal, Cup of Joe. It's one of those days, you know what I mean? It's Monday, so gotta get it all the way back down to the basics. If you already have a foundation, if you've already built a structure, know what your end result is, if you know what your passion is, that.
The hell am I watching? Can you tell me? Trick or treat, beautiful beef, Skittles.
Beautiful beef, Skittles.
Trick or treat.
Pascal, what's up?
Yeah, hey, what's up, bro? What's good? Trick or treat.
What are you doing?
I'm trick or treating.
Okay, you're not in a costume.
Yeah, but I still look good.
You're not a child.
Yeah, and?
Or a toddler.
So? Listen, man, okay. I got up. I walked all the way over here. And by the way, that's a long walk, okay? I even brought my own pillowcase, okay?
Did you drool on it? Did you steal it from a toddler's bed? Like, what are you doing right now? Call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow.
Like, hey.
Steal it from a toddler's bed? Like, this isn't even funny. Okay.
Creep Town, dude.
Oh, that was fitting. Creep Town dude. Wow. Do you think he cares about the kids? Really? I mean, think the heart is in it? Think the heart is in it? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. You guys, we went fucking, well, we only went 3.5 hours. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, what year was this? Let's look. 8 years ago. Should adults go trick-or-treating? It says. Check out my vlogs, my crazy fam. What?
Hi.
Here at Chuck E. Cheese, we out her.
Oh my God.
Today's a deadlift day here at the Snake Pit 2.0. I'm here with the Passanisi. We've already been working out. We've already been like knocking out a few deadlifts and everything. But now we're at what, 305?
And potatoes and sauce. Lemons,
Yeah,
you said?
automatically.
Oh.
First
Huh.
thing in the morning.
So
it's
kale
really
is
good.
alkaline. Just left me. She's out there just...
This is so weird.
I'm gonna kick her ass, but you know.
Let's get it.
You know what I see?
Always look out for the quiet ones.
I see someone just like a lot of people who got into true crime because they didn't make it in the other genres. He wanted to be a family vlogger, an actor. A lot of them come to true crime because that's where the money is.
Bing bong.
Yep, that's why. They come here because that's where the money is. And that's why these cases get messy. Because the heart's not in it. My heart's in it. Hey, killer looks. My heart is in it. I got into this because I'm passionate about victims and justice. And that's why I'm so hell-bent on talking about the truth. And I appreciate you guys. 1,200 of you stuck around to hear about this. It is so bizarre, Alexa. But hopefully we're here to keep each other grounded. I know, momming it up. I agree with you. Yep, saying out loud, and YouTube doesn't monetize a lot of the content, so they got to grift hard when not here for the right reasons. We're here to keep each other grounded. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know, Steven, but you know what? I love you guys, each and every one of you. You guys are so important to me. You're truth seekers. You're open-minded. You're just great people. Thank you for being in my chat. Mommin', when you going live next? We need another Mommin' It Up. She dropped a video today, you guys. Go watch it. Aw, thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you, Kels. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Sin. Thanks to all you guys. I don't know if we had a lot of trolls tonight, but it's okay. Thank you, Suze. Thank you, Amy. Truth always comes to light. It does. I firmly believe in karma. Good night, everybody.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late.